welcome to Free Cheese episode 301. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Marc Augustiniak.
What's up?
Matt Soner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Welcome to the next 300 episodes. We've now done it.
301?
301. We got a podcast planned for today. I tell you what, some things to talk about, including video games, but not limited to video games. How did your guys' last week go?
Fine.
Fine?
I fixed the PC. That thing was a nightmare at the beginning of the week.
Yeah. Then now you just bought a brand new one, right?
No, I can't afford to do that.
So what'd you do? What'd you have to do?
So whenever I kept booting my PC, it wouldn't recognize my primary OS drive.
Yeah, that's normal.
So I kept reformatting that drive to no avail. They kept just fucking doing it every time I restart the computer. I was like, oh, maybe before I restart it to test it, maybe I should install the updates and that will do it. No, that didn't work either. So finally, after like pretty much like a day and a half of just Google searches with this stuff, there was a common thread of like, oh, unplug all your other drives. As soon as the installation piece like stopped and it's rebooting for the first time, like to go into like the setup screens, they said unplug all your drives, including the little USB media, like the thing that to install Windows. So I unplugged my secondary drive, which has all my games on it, and then I sat there and watched Windows install. And as soon as it was done, I pulled it, and now the fucking thing's working. And
That's
I plugged back
weird.
in. I plugged back in. All right, restarted once, worked fine. Installed all the updates, restart it, still works fine. Then I was like, all right, here we go. We're gonna put it in my D drive here, my games. See what's going on there. Worked just fine.
Weird. What a weird ass thing.
Yeah, I got a little
PCs are
scared.
dumb.
Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I left my headphones plugged in. When I unplugged it, I wasn't getting sound anywhere. Oh fuck. Because I dealt with that bug before and had to reformat it.
God.
And then I restarted it and it worked. I was like, whew. So
That's real dumb, man. PCs are great, but also, fuck. It shows you like everything's just.
I got my USB. I've realized. So I actually took apart my PC just to make sure connectors are all connected. Everything. Had it on my ground. I realized that there was no power to my USB hub in the front.
Oh.
I just thought it was broke or whatever. But no, there was just no power to it. So I got it all fucking hooked back up. Cable managed it.
Nice. So now you can plug things in the front?
Yeah, I mean, fucking headphones are in the front now. It's nice.
Look at that. Not bad. Mark, did you break any PCs this week?
No, I don't even have one. So.
Well, you're ahead of the
Problem
curve.
solved.
Yeah, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, PC master race my ass. This shit sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait. Whenever you talk about it, I can't help but think of like this is how mechanics talk about cars.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost no different.
What do I do with my hands?
Because at a certain point, you just, all right, fucking just duct tape it up, man. It'll be fine. Shit's dragging on the ground. Just get a coat hanger up there. It'll work until it needs to work.
Some wiring.
Yeah, that's it.
Some aluminum foil.
I mean, hey.
Yeah, that worked for you for
got me going through
5 months.
Shit, longer than that probably.
I'm sitting here saying this. I mean, Ben had it worse on the PC side. Yeah, buy all new hardware pretty much.
Yeah, it sucks. That was a real bummer to hear. But now it's back and better than ever, right?
Sure.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Here's hoping.
I think I'm going to get a new graphics card next.
You gonna get one of those ray tracing boys?
Of course I am.
Yeah.
It's the future. Don't know what it means, but it's the future.
All right. What's the first ray tracing game you're gonna play on it?
Bitcoin.
Rocket League.
Nice.
Is cryptocurrency still a thing? Is that still in?
I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah.
I think so.
All right.
I think so. It's not. I don't think it's
not really
a
talked about
shipwreck
anymore.
like it was when everyone was talking about it a few months ago.
The answer we were looking for is called Quake 2. So if you can just do that with your ray tracing card, then we'll be.
I don't even know Rocket League ray traces. It just seems like that's the first thing I play on everything I get now.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you gotta have that game that's a good test case. Mark, you have a good week?
Yeah, it was mostly forgetful though.
Yeah.
I mean, not too much. Just
Those are fine.
yeah, no, just one of those weeks.
It just went.
Fred
and it
Durst,
came.
you know.
Oh my gosh. I've been thinking a lot about Fred Durst lately. again.
As he should.
Yeah. He just keeps coming up, you know?
He's very different now than how he was then.
I don't want to know what he is like now. I
He's,
know that he streams
like
Call of Duty.
personality. He's like the complete. That was like he only did that one time and then
Alright,
never did it again.
In my head, he'll always stream
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
No, he's
making that movie now.
Is he?
What movie?
Remember, is that
Oh,
movie
right, he
about
did the
his
movie.
documentary about like being stalked or whatever, and John Travolta is playing Fred Durst?
Right. Wait, what? I didn't know that was.
I thought that was the thing.
I didn't know that was the premise of it. You're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just.
Is that why I saw bald Travolta
Yeah.
in the news? He was
Well,
like,
that was
I'm
a
on
while back. Like we had that. We
and
talked
he was
about it
like,
on the
he was
podcast.
like, Vin Diesel said I should do it, so I did it,
Oh,
or something.
man.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know Fred Durst is like
No,
directing shit.
He's a
right?
very chill guy now. Complete opposite of what he was then. I don't know what happened.
20 years happened. That's what happened.
I know, like, I don't know if it was how recent it was, but I know, like, his house got, like, caught up in a fire during that LA brush fire or whatever, and, like, he lost everything.
That sucks.
So he's just this dude with, like, just a big beard and just, like, saying hi to everybody, talking to whoever. Like, he's not really mad at anybody.
Is this John Travolta in this movie?
That seems right. Yeah, that's. I remember that image coming across our Slack channel at some point.
I thought that was for something else.
That was definitely something. That is a Fred Durst directed movie starring John
Yeah,
Travolta. I know that
okay.
much. What's it called?
The Fanatic.
Yeah, The Fanatic.
Huh.
Is that what it?
Rabbit film fan stalks his favorite action hero and destroys the star's life.
Action Hero. Is this a sequel to Last Action Hero?
It might be. Is it out?
It's in post production.
All right, well, let's get it. Let's get it.
Oh
moving there
no,
first.
we have a release date
Of.
August 16th.
All right, mark your fucking calendars right now, dude.
Yeah.
We're going to see Fred Durst on the silver screen.
If I ever had a reason to get that Stubbs A-list thing,
Now
movies
is-
more
yeah.
often.
Is that the poster for it? Is that picture of Travolta?
I don't think so.
That's quite an image to
placeholder.
use. I mean,
Could be, it seems like a placeholder.
I mean,
the name's not anywhere.
it tells the whole story right there in that
That's
one
all
picture.
you need to know,
Yeah,
especially that jumpsuit he's wearing.
it's like one of those background NPC characters in like GTA 3 or something. Just high res now. They're like, oh, go back, make it more simple. I don't want to see a face.
It's gonna be dope. It's a thriller.
I did finish Doom Patrol.
Oh, don't! I didn't do it yet.
You didn't?
Katie's out of town. She was out of town by the time the finale hit, so
Oh,
I'm
okay.
fucked until.
All right.
Yeah, but
I do like the show though.
yeah,
Overall.
very good. I'm excited about that, and then Swamp Thing's this week,
Yeah.
which I saw another trailer for Swamp Thing drop, but I didn't watch it. I just saw the still, and I was like, "Oh, fuck!"
That's the DC thing, right?
Mm-hmm. You should,
I'm not.
but you should,
I'm not.
but you should.
I don't,
They're
know,
real
I don't
good.
know who Swamp Thing is. I don't
You know
know
what? That's the
who
pro-
the Teen Titans.
That's why you watch it and they tell you. I barely knew anything about Doom Patrol going into this. I knew that Grant Morrison wrote a book that was really cool back in the 90s and kind of revived that team. That was basically all I knew.
I think it's safe to say I think I got hit with the superhero movie, film, TV fatigue.
Here's the thing. I'm
And
kind
I
of.
think that's why I like Detective Pikachu and John Wick 3 so much.
I saw John Wick 3 as well,
Ugh.
Fuck off.
but I'm kind of in the same boat as you with the comic book fatigue, but more so with Marvel.
Boom.
The more
Now-
I think about Endgame, the more I don't care about it.
Join the train.
And then, but
All
then,
aboard.
but then it trinkles. Then it keeps going back. I'm like, you know what? I don't care about all these other movies either now. Like even like when they first came, like the only one I really like is still Ant-Man. Like whatever he's in,
Endgame-
I'm okay with.
Endgame
Like,
is
his
a
parts?
solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah, it's fine, but
Fine.
but like,
to good.
Yeah.
I mean, because like, I'm sorry, just any movies that involve any kind of time travel is already like, if you're gonna go wacky, go wacky. Don't give it rules
Or
like that. I don't know. It's stupid. There's a lot of plot holes. I don't care.
Yeah.
But DC, Doom Patrol kind of did what Guardians of the Galaxy did for Marvel in a way. Not in the same style or format, but the fact that you didn't know this group, now you know them, and now you're happy that you saw them, and you kind of want more from it.
Yeah, you're
'cause
invested all of a sudden.
that is like their wacky like pseudo X-Men
Wacky,
type.
Yeah, they're
inflatable too.
they're like a weird fucked up X-Men.
And they're not restricted by trying to please everybody as most movies do when they come out. Like there is everything like R-rated as fuck for all of this, and it needs that. And it's like
it was perfect. Like I through and through. Like the Titan stuff was good, but like I've said time and time again, Titans felt like, what if the CW people were allowed to say fuck?
yeah,
That was kind of it. Like it still had cheesy acting. The costumes were. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes
it was a
they're
rough beginning, but then you could see the production value increase.
Totally. By the end of
the
it,
season.
you see it, and then Doom Patrol from the start was just like, oh wait, you're doing something here, and then it just kept getting.
They just
better.
went crazy with it.
It's really good. I like awards are bullshit because fuck everything. But if that's not somewhere in that realm, then that just shows you how tone deaf everything is.
Because I was a fan of at first I was a fan of the Netflix Marvel stuff because I liked how gritty and stuff they
Daredevil
they
was
could
so
do.
good when it first hit. But
yeah,
this, I think,
and I was like, oh, is this like I'm ready for this? Like at that time, Daredevil season 2 was like the peak for me because Punisher and just killing people, and it was great. I was like, I want more of this, and then they never did that, and then they killed everything. I'm like, all right, fine. Disney doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna give a shit, and that's when DC came around.
I think it was more that Netflix didn't give a shit after Disney was opening up their own thing. But either way, someone.
Well,
didn't give a
they're
shit.
they're not coming back.
Yeah, it's true.
It's dead.
Yeah.
And if it does come back, it's going to be like maybe Hulu or something that or whatever else they own that's not on Disney's actual streaming thing.
Speaking
of
cancels, I just saw this morning that AP Bio got canceled, and I'm real fucking pissed.
I saw your tweet.
That sucks.
I'm not gonna watch that now. There was a small chance of me watching it.
Just go watch it. Go watch all of it on Hulu. Let them know you care.
No,
it was good.
I never watched it. Why am I gonna be a fake?
Everything
fan?
Everything has chances of coming back.
Do it. Just go watch it.
Constantine's been hanging by a thread.
Yeah, I know. Let's see what happens with Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Man.
How'd you like John Wick 3?
I love the beginning of it.
Yes.
I don't want to say what specifically.
I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, that was real. Because there wasn't many people in the theater, but I didn't care. I was actually reacting. Usually I just sit there and not do nothing, but I was like,
Did you go by yourself?
Yeah, I went by myself.
First time I ever did that.
Really?
See, but I'm used to it. I do it often now because I don't know.
That's my jam, dude.
Dude,
I love that
I'm
shit.
doing it more often.
Is
That's
it
why I'm
good?
thinking about doing the Stubbs A-list thing. I'm just going to start going to
It's
movies.
easier to find seats.
Yeah.
But when I saw it, I was just like, you could hear me in the theater. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, like, oh shit, like it was good. Yeah, we'll see where that goes and whatever. Because apparently that company was like, as long as it keeps making money, we'll keep making them. And it's like, well, this is gonna be a disaster at some point. Like, how much can you do? I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. They kind of keep
I'm worried.
up.
I'm worried about Keanu Reeves just as a person because he's getting older and I don't know how much he can do, and it's starting to show. We'll
Really?
see. I don't know. He's. I don't know. Maybe
cool.
maybe his acting convinced me more than anything from what I saw. But
I think it was an acting thing. I think I know what you're talking about, like the slowing down, but I think it
yeah.
was...
Okay. Well, then he did a good job of showing
Because remember,
exhaustion.
all this takes place in like a matter of weeks, and the amount of beating this guy has received.
If John Wick was a video game, they would definitely have the mechanic where your screen starts to turn red and you have to go away to recover. but he's always in like that mid phase where it starts to lose color as well. It's like Gears of War, where it's like kind of black and white with like a red
Or
like,
get those-
vignette around it.
Or like get those pills from the first game, or like that's your health revive,
Yeah, like
or not the first game, the first movie.
yeah, he's good at getting fucked up.
And recovering real fast.
Yeah, that's yeah. Oh yeah. Now the more I'm thinking about it, yeah. Okay, fine. He's a good actor.
He's a great actor. Are you kidding?
I mean, as long as he can say less than 10 words.
You see, that's the thing. I'm starting to get convinced that he can act, and that's why this is.
I mean, Bill and Ted was more talking than anything.
I never saw Bill and Ted. That was a young Keanu though, too, right?
Also on Hulu. Yeah.
Well, no, you should watch The Devil's Advocate. He plays a lawyer in that, and
he has to talk. He's going to have to
Yeah.
do that one monologue
and
where
he's
yeah,
and Al
I already
Pacino's
see how that
basically
ends.
Satan, and yeah, that one's pretty good. Like his earlier stuff from like mid '90s.
So how about Constantine?
That was about half and half, I think.
All right.
Yeah,
Wasn't he trying to get the golden PSP in that? Is that what it was?
I think so. I forget the name of it.
It was.
Yeah, I know, just Shia LaBeouf was in it. And I think Tilda
Was
Swinton.
Shia LaBeouf in it?
Tilda Swinton shows up in everything.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf was like the cab driver for him.
Well, there it is. I don't know if we talked about movies. Look at that. I told you more than video games would happen this week, right?
Anyone pumped for Godzilla?
I still, I mean, like,
You don't have to watch anything else to watch this one.
I saw that 2014 one that the dude who directed Monsters
Mhm.
made, and it was fine. I'm curious about this one. I don't know if it's a go to the theater for me. I don't know why.
Man.
I know because it's big as fuck, and you should go see it in IMAX. I know.
Oh, I'm not doing IMAX.
I just
Fuck
don't,
those seats. But
yeah.
if I can do Dolby surround sound with that,
Yeah, or what, like Cinemark XD or whatever, one of those
Yeah.
big ass loud theaters. I feel like that's the way to do it. But I got to see John Wick before I see that. So, yeah. I don't know.
If I pull the trigger on the A-list thing, I'm going to see it.
nice.
Because if I'm starting to pay $20, I gotta get my $20
Gotta get your
worth.
$20
Yeah,
worth. Is it $20 a month?
it's like 21. And then
Summer,
plus
it's a
tax.
perfect time to do all that. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's all the blockbusters coming out.
Yeah.
I was looking at like what's coming up. I was like, there's enough stuff where I can see. I mean, I think about it, like 3 movies a month. That's more than like.
Yeah. Does it roll over?
Huh?
If you, let's say you only went and saw 2, do you get to go see 4 in July? Or...
Oh no, it's not 3 movies a month. It's 3 a week.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like in my head like ticket prices. Like if I see 3 movies with it, I think
Yeah.
I got my money's worth out of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm curious to try that out.
Yeah, and then you book ahead of time
'Cause
on the
usually-
app. Like you don't have to do the thing at MoviePass where you had to be near the theater to like
Oh, yeah.
use
yeah,
it.
Because usually I would go to the drive-in around this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But some movies, I don't want to do that.
I like seeing the movie first in an actual theater and then going to the drive-in because it's a
Agreed.
little bit more relaxed, casual. I'm not like as into it because you're so far away and there's other bullshit happening
or if
around
it's
you.
like movies
Yeah.
you don't really care about seeing in a theater.
Yeah,
like-
or something like your Fringe would see in it, but like
Yeah.
there's a movie that you already saw that you really liked, and then this movie was like the first thing before it. Like I'm all in.
Because I
Go
think
there,
I,
you pull up with a box of cold cuts, sit down and enjoy
That's
it.
how I saw Despicable Me 3.
see,
Like,
I'd rather
fine movie.
Okay.
like I'd
It's
rather
a fine movie.
I mean,
It
you are
has
a
a-
number 1 Minions fan.
It, no, it
Number
has what's
one.
his
Now
name
you're
in
the
it.
one wearing the yellow shirt.
Well,
I think it has Matt Stone in it.
Trey Parker.
Is it Trey Parker?
Yeah, he plays the Steve Carell's brother.
Is it?
Or what?
No, not his brother. Because Steve Carell plays his twin brother. It's the other villain. Like,
That's what I mean.
Whatever.
I
Yeah.
mean, Matt's the expert here. I didn't see it. But yeah, some blonde guy. Is there a blonde guy in it?
that's his twin brother.
All right, then that's what Trey Parker was. I think. You don't need to look it up.
I
It's
got
fine.
it. I'm on it.
Pretty sure it's a guy with a mullet and a handlebar mustache.
Perfect.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, the guy with
In the
yeah.
purple.
There you go.
But
Excuse me.
that's how I saw it.
Oh,
Oh.
the newer.
The newer
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I saw that at the drive-in first.
Yeah.
But what was cool about it was that there was a kid walking around with a yellow raincoat and a balloon. Just walking between
good
the
for
aisles.
them.
Oh man.
Doesn't
that's
even work at the
good.
place. Just wanted to do that.
That's
Good for
good.
you.
So I was like, all right, I'll accept this one.
That's pretty good. Oh, I kind of want to do that now.
I saw the trailer for It Chapter 2 for the first time in the theater, and that was the one time where I wish someone was with me because I was just creeped the fuck out. Like that whole first scene thing, I was just like, oh God, no.
Yeah.
Get me out of this theater.
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer for Midsummer?
I don't know how I feel about Midsummer yet.
Which one is that?
It's the one by the dude who made Hereditary,
Yeah.
and
It has his vibes immediately.
there was a
No, I did not see that.
Because they showed that, It Chapter 2.
Oh, never mind. Hold on, that's
the
not.
Child's Play remake.
Did you see?
Oh, for John
did you
Wick.
watch Holidays? That anthology
Yeah.
horror thing. Remember the Mother's Day one?
Barely.
It was like Midsummer reminds me of that. Like way too bright, and like I don't know the horror. I don't know. It just seems weird. I'm gonna see
I
it.
think that's the point of it. But yeah, I feel like I hope the trailer isn't giving away everything, and I like to believe it's not.
I imagine. It's
Like I hope what we saw on the trailer was just the tamest part of it.
yeah, I think so.
So yeah, I'm definitely
Because if you think about Hereditary, like
Everything,
Yeah.
everything was very dark, and this one it's like everything. It's always daytime.
But
It's 9 p.m. and it's still
the
daylight
previews
out.
for Hereditary, you're kind of like, okay, I know what this movie's gonna be. I know exactly what this is, and then like within the first 20 minutes, like,
Yeah, I
nope.
never wanted to see a movie more after seeing the spoilers for it
Yeah,
than Hereditary.
Oh, in that trailer, I saw feet hovering. I'm in. That's all I need to see.
yeah,
Once people start hovering,
that's true.
I got to see where it goes.
Yeah.
No, I did not see the trailer for that.
Well, did you see any video games this last week?
I saw The Rock
What?
and a trailer for that Hobbs movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns in it.
You should-
Once again, A-list movie. Wouldn't see otherwise.
Does Batista play as Drax in every movie he's in now, or is Drax just Batista?
Same.
I think Drax is Batista.
Because there's like a cop movie with him, and he sounds just like he sounds just
Yeah.
as dumb as Drax.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm starting to think it's just him.
Talking about that secret agent one,
Yeah.
where he's teaching a little girl how to kill people or something.
There's
Or
that
the-
one, and then there's another one where he
He's
hops in
two.
Jesus.
I thought it was the same movie.
Yeah, me
but
too.
No.
he hops into an Uber car, and he needs the car to drive to chase people down.
Yeah, and it's what's the guy's name?
Neil, don't want to mess up his
So-
last name. He's from Silicon Valley.
Yeah, so that's what they use.
Him and Michael Starr are always arguing.
Kumail Nanjiani?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when Batista came back for WrestleMania, I kind of always knew there was something they were gonna do to promote one of those two movies coming up. And then at WrestleMania, that guy was like ringside, like cheering for him, like "Go Batista," whatever. And they really focused on it. And then he showed like I think a little snippet of a trailer
Yeah, man.
for the movie. And then he went on to lose against Triple H. Spoilers for WrestleMania 35.
Damn, spoilers.
Richard Fliehr showed up.
That's like some late night
good old Ric Flair.
like writing, have a celebrity in the crowd and whatever. Like,
it happens all the time.
is there a late night show that's just wrestling, where like the host comes in, bring on a guest, and they wrestle?
Free Cheese Wrestling. Check it out on thefreecheese.com.
Yo, AEW's double or nothing. I'm hearing nothing but amazing things from it last night.
I heard better things about FCW, so you tell me.
I saw better things on FCW.
It's true.
That's because that's the only one I watched
Yeah.
or was a part of. Sorry.
Video games.
FCW.
Did you play them?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened this week. I think I just played Rocket League a lot. Like I feel like that's what happened to all my gaming hours.
I saw one mistake you made this morning when you had seemingly time to play a game and you were playing Dota 2.
What are we talking about this morning? Oh, it must still be. Oh fuck, my hour count's gonna be all fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Should
Yeah.
probably turn that off right
It
now.
says you're playing Dota 2.
Yeah, no, I think because I was trying to Steam Link on the drive down to the zoo yesterday,
Oh, yeah.
and it got cut off. Oh yeah, game in progress. This is real bad. So much for my hour count. That meant a lot to me too.
I mean, whatever. It's going to be a difference of like 24, right?
Probably. I was like, just fucked.
All right, so you didn't make that bad of a mistake, I guess.
Yeah, no. I actually. So I did play a little bit between over my girlfriend's house between all the zoo stuff. I played more Rage 2.
How's that game shaping up?
I'm slowly getting into it.
Okay.
It's getting better and better. I think it's because I'm starting to maybe get better at the game / get more powers. I'm kind of just getting it. Yeah, Steam Link stuck. I can't do anything. Yeah, it's still like the open world thing. It is definitely a
Yeah.
checklist without a checklist, kind of like.
Yeah. Here's a bunch of
You're
points,
going to-
go to them, get them.
Yeah, you're going around these different things, clearing camps. There's these big, like, defense turret things you have to take down, which they are not fun to do. There's no fun way to take them down besides, like, hiding between, like, a rock or on a hill at the right angle where, like, the gun can't hit you and you, like, peeking up and shooting at it. Yeah, those are not fun at all. But clearing out the bandit camps, that's pretty much all you're really doing.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple street races.
Haven't done one, or you just kind of watched them?
No, there was like one on the fly that I did that kind of got me some money, and then there was like a big event race track thing, and it said like I was at this region's track, so I have a feeling there might be more of them. scattered throughout the world. Those races were fun. They kind of put you into it, your own kind of car, or like a car they provide and you just kind of race. Because the driving in that game's good. I still have not run into too much vehicular combat. And when I do like see like the packs of cars riding together and like it's supposed to be like a boss takedown kind of thing, I don't have the weapons to take down the boss. Like I need certain weapons, so I gotta level all that stuff up before I start having fun with that. But no, the shooting's still fun. But yeah, you're just kind of going from camp to camp. The story's like, I've met like the first 3 people you're supposed to be in that objective. And then of course they're like, well, you know, if you help me out, I help you out, and then trigger the next like fetch quest kind of thing, and like do this favor for me and I'll help you out.
Do we know why it's called Rage at all? Like, does that name play a specific part?
It would have to come from the first game, because I think the main baddie in this game was like part of, or the main baddie from the first game, General Cross or something like that.
I didn't know if it was just like because at first, you know, Doom was just called Doom. I don't think there was a real lore to it. I mean,
yeah, it was.
Now there's lore to it, but
I forget why Doom was called Doom. I know that Quake was called Quake because they wanted to make a game called Quake. That's it.
Okay. I just figured it was just Rage was following suit. You know, like
it might have been, or there might be a canonical reason why it's called Rage. I'm not sure.
I mean, I judging by the title that I can see, I see in the anarchy symbol in there, it makes me think that maybe that's just supposed to symbolize just the overall environment. Yeah. You know, just how everything went to shit, I guess.
It's
and everyone's just left in a rage. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that iOS game is called Rage Mutant Bash TV.
That's pretty good.
Because that plays into... I had to go through the Mutant Bash TV to get some fame to get into this nightclub.
I remember the phone game, and it was just like...
generic.
It was a very bad take on like a time crisis.
Yep.
Kind of thing.
Yep, I remember that.
But then again, now looking back at it, it's not much different from the 360 game.
I don't see anything specific. I mean, I'm quickly skimming, but I don't see anything calling out why it's called Rage.
Huh.
But it's one of those things where, you know, like I have trouble like telling myself to turn on the game. And once I turn on the game, I have myself having fun, or find myself having fun.
I've had a couple games like that where you're like,
dude, it is main menu winner of the year. Like the press start like menu button, dope music, dope cinematics. You're like, oh yeah, I want to do that, and you get into the game and you're like 10 minutes between each one of those maybe moments because you're driving around.
That'd be an interesting category.
There is fast travel, but I like as you ride around, that's when you'll see like the question marks pop up, and then when you get to like the question mark, that's when it reveals itself to be like one of those sentry things, a bandit camp, one of those arc central things. It could be a few different options.
Yeah.
So I've been more driving around, but I guess as I unlock fast travel, if I really want to get from point A to point B, I can do that.
I hope. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that game. You'll keep us in tune, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing it. Like I said, I'm having fun once I turn it on. It's just sometimes I kind of want to play other things. Yeah. Right now, I feel like I'm more forcing myself to play it because I paid $60 for it, and I figured I'd be the one to talk about it here at the table. That's kind of driving me to turn it on right now, which isn't how a game should be.
I mean, it happens, right?
Yeah. Oh well. Hey, look, I'm having more fun than I did 2 years ago with Andromeda.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And I also spent $60 on that. So.
Anything outside of Rage 2?
Well, the whole reason I found out that my PC was broke, and then what really grinding my gears was all of this was because I wanted to play Sea of Thieves with you all.
I forgot we played that. I mean, I didn't forget, but I forgot. But yeah,
we finally set sail together.
Finally set sail. I'll let you, from your perspective, because Mark and I have talked about the game before, but what did you think of the game now being in it?
I think as far as like the sailing, which is like 80% of that game, to be honest. Well, maybe like 60. But yeah, that is well done. It's the right amount of complication with the right amount of simplicity.
Yeah. It's easy to raise and lower the sails. It's a little bit complicated to know when and where and how and which direction. And all
I
that.
did not think like the game would go as far as like the sail direction.
Yeah,
I did not realize that until like I saw the jet streams kind of like in the air. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And they were like, oh yeah, set the angle. I'm like, oh, whoa, oh, there it is.
I think if it wasn't for for Wind Waker, I would not have known that right away.
Oh yeah.
Because I just had that logic immediately. But yeah, I could see how it's like, because like everything just looks so nice environmentally, and then you just see that, I'm thinking it's just part of the sky.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, blends in.
And then like the whole like your quarters has all your inventory stuff, and you can kind of throw that wherever. I think it's a nice little layout. But then you get off the boat, and it's not as fun.
We didn't do, because now there's the story stuff, and now we kind of started to figure out where the story stuff is, but we didn't do it. We were just kind of still doing X marks the spot. Let's go grab a thing, and
we're doing the most basic of it all.
Yeah, I still think combat sucks in that game.
Yes,
like it doesn't feel good. Like
it's slow.
I think it's also the way that like enemies. Well, one, there's very few enemy types. It's pretty much just different types of skeletons.
And a snake.
And snakes. But I think that, like, hitting a skeleton with a sword is not gratifying. It doesn't feel good to do. Even shooting them, it's good. I don't know what more I'd want. I know there's PvP stuff now, but that's also not what I want. Maybe I just want different enemy types out there.
I mean, it seems like right now they're just really focused on, just the different skeleton types.
Yeah.
And, like,
which adds challenge to it for sure. Yeah,
but like, it would be cool to see like somewhere like maybe like fish people or
some shit like that.
Have like instead of just like any kind of gun that takes 5 bullets, maybe get like some kind of makeshift harpoon gun, or like a spear or I don't know,
crossbow,
daggers,
firecrackers, little biscuits.
They could definitely add more variety with weapons.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe that's their next thing. I don't know.
But it's good, man. I like that game a bunch.
It's fine.
I'm glad we get to finally play it.
Yeah, I definitely want to get more into like the deep dungeon stuff.
Yeah, that should be the next thing, because now there's the weird exploration stuff. That, and I want to get black sails, man. I want to get a badass looking ship. I don't have enough money for it though. I got like $6,000. You need like $106,000 to start doing.
Yeah, it's a lot of grinding.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like, I don't like the combat. I don't like being out of the boat.
Yeah, boat's the best part, and I like the exploration. I like trying to figure out the riddles and shit like that. And
it was fine. Yeah. Like, and I did like the whole PV. Like once that douchebag like took me out, that felt good. Yeah, and I was like, I'm sailing to get this fucker back, and that's when I like really learned the sailing mechanics, trying to get back.
That was fun. Like after hearing what happened, I was like, all right, because like they ruined our ship, they killed you, and then they took our treasure, I think.
Yep.
Then I found a keg, and I just swam underwater till I got to their ship.
I took that fucker out. The first one I did.
Yeah, I saw some guy just like looking at some type of like treasure map or something just down below the deck, and I was just like, bye bye. Just like I backed up and shot it and took myself with him, sunk the ship or started to.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
That and every time we end a session now by sinking the ship has been my new favorite tradition. Especially the last time we did it, because we just fucked that thing up.
Just getting drunk and playing instruments.
Yeah.
Puking.
Yeah. As you do. Mark, did you play anything this week?
Yeah.
Or rather, what did you play this week? Like that?
Somewhat blast from the past. I started with Panzer Dragoon Orda.
Did you buy that a while back?
Yeah. It was like $5 or something. So, for those that don't know, this was on the original Xbox. It's a 2002 rail shooter. It was published by Sega, and it was developed by their Smilebit studio, known for Jet Set Radio and Typing of the Dead. And I didn't realize this was part of like a bigger Panzer Dragoon series. Mm-hmm. Basically, like the story follows a teenage girl whose name is Orda, so that explains that. She's rescued from her lifelong prison by a mysterious dragon, and you defend herself from forces of an oppressive empire.
Standard fare. Sounds like a Star Wars game.
Try to go deeper with it, but I'm just not feeling it. It has like a weird Nier vibe, but not in a cool way.
Oh, so you don't like this?
I do and I don't.
Because it's a kind of an on-rail shooter. At least the first Panzer Dragoon was.
Right, and there's like I just didn't expect so much narrative.
Yeah.
With it, and like they're trying to get me to care, but I'm just not invested. But I do like that atmosphere that they built, because everything's very like dystopian. Everything's, it's just dark skies. There are like the levels do change up, but like by the time I got to chapter 3, I just didn't care about the game anymore.
Yeah.
It does have some cool Star Fox vibes, it being a rail shooter.
Mm-hmm.
But what's different about it? I mean, yeah, like you can, similar to like how you were with
Ooh.
Earl gets it.
Yeah.
Kind of similar to like Tales and Sonic Adventure. When you're doing the ship and you're in a Tornado 2 plane, like how you just highlight everything and just fire, and then you can start rapid firing while doing that.
Yeah.
It's basically a lot of that. But you don't move as smooth as an R-Wing. You're like heavier. He's translating for pugs that are listening.
Earl.
And instead of just one direction, this was cool. If you press any of the triggers, you rotate your point of view while still going forward. So you can shoot behind you and the sides.
Oh, cool.
I think that's neat.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if Star Fox did that at some point. But then with the dragon, you can, and your gun, you can like change to like between three different like types. So you have like your basic one, which is just a rapid fire and you homing in. There's another one that's homing in, but I think it's a little stronger. I can't really tell the difference. And then the last one is just like big crosshair, and whatever's in it just auto locks on them and starts rapid fire, and like that's it. And then each have their own like special meters, where you have like Berserk special, and they all have different like abilities to them, between stealing health from enemies or just like just more extra fire while you're invincible. And that's basically it.
You're playing on 1X, right?
Yeah.
Which, according to John Linneman, best way to play that game.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of those original Xbox games on Xbox One X are like incredible.
Yeah, because I know they get enhanced in some way.
Yeah.
The refresh rate was really nice.
Yeah.
I started on normal, which I don't recommend for first timers. Now that I'm kind of done with it, kind of killed it for me. I'd rather do easy just to get through it, because it's just, you can't dodge everything, and so you can die pretty quickly, and it's just not that forgiving. But you can also speed up and slow down, excuse me. And that comes in handy with boss fights, because sometimes you have to get in front of the boss or behind them to hit a certain weak spot, and then whatever. That game is good. I know there's a lot of special features you can unlock as you're going throughout the game. You can even unlock the very first game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like this almost feels like a way to preserve the rest of the game's history through this game.
So, contextually, like, how do you feel like it fits in with in its time? Like, where do you feel like it stands up against contemporaries, or?
I think it was a good game for its time. I don't think it's aged too well, especially if you're coming from a background that has played like Star Fox, for example. Like it just made me want to play Star Fox.
Yeah.
The whole time I was like, man, I just wish I could move a little faster. I wish I could kind of tilt. I wish I could do barrel rolls or something. And you're not really that like defensive,
because you're just on the back of the little dragon and just kind of
you're just shooting everything, and that's basically it. Aesthetically, I like it.
Yeah,
I love that. That's aged pretty well. Story is its own thing. Like I don't know. It kind of just, by the time you got to as far as I did, I was like, all right, I really get the picture. I'm not. It's just more the same old. Yeah. I feel like I got what I wanted out of it.
You're not the only person that did not like the difficulty. It seemed like that was a criticism of the game at the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, but I think if you could just move a little faster,
it'd be.
I would have been fine with the difficulty, I think.
Yeah. Guys, we're recording.
So from there, I went and I visited VR Land for a teeny bit.
Oh, hello, VR Land.
Right, I'm gonna Google VR Land, see where that gets me.
It's not a game.
I know it's not, but
I'm
okay.
see.
There's a video arcade in Wales. It's closed right now, though.
Ah, shit.
I played a demo of Astro Bot Rescue Mission.
That's the one
that's
everybody
that sneaky
likes.
good. Yeah.
Boy, holy shit! I love this game.
Yeah,
There it is. Huh?
I did not buy it,
yeah.
but it's $40.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely deserves it. Like, I'm impressed.
What's the big deal? So what is it, Astro Bot Rescue Mission?
Okay,
Someone's
so-
never heard of it before.
So this game was created inside of Sony Interactive Entertainment's Japan studio. The people
Who brought you
Studio
Tokyo
Japan?
Jungle?
Is it Studio Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Japan
They're-
studio.
I know there's different teams, but
This team, it's the Asobi team. So they did the Playroom for PS4, the Playroom VR for PSVR. And due to popular demand, a fan feedback of the minigame called Robot Rescue in the Playroom VR, they decided to make a fully fleshed game based off of that.
Popular demand, Joe. We want Tokyo Jungle
2. Yeah.
or a remake. I'll take an HD remake.
It was already HD.
Just watching that
I'll
game,
take
I
a
was in love with it.
HD remake. I don't know. Or put in VR. I want Tokyo Jungle.
I agree. I haven't played it, but I agree.
Yep.
Or
Wholeheartedly.
make it backwards compat.
PlayStation Now would bring. Yeah, I know.
Real backwards compat.
I know.
Let me download it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So this fully fleshed game took 18 months to develop by 25 people.
Oof.
And for the music, the team called in Kenneth C.M. Young, who is most known for doing head at audio at Media Molecule. So he did Little Big Planet 1 and 2 and the Tearaway games. And yeah, the music in this is, oh my god, like everything's just so fucking poppy and catchy and just has so much soul and like it's so alive, ironically, for a game about a robot.
Yeah.
Like as soon like cuz like I have notes, but I'll just go through it as I read it out. Thanks, Wikipedia. Astro Bot Rescue Mission is a 3D platform game in which you take control of Astro, a small robot using a DualShock 4 controller, and you see that right in front of you the whole time. There's a little hovering
cool.
DualShock, and it'll tell you what buttons you can use and whatever. And like that plays a big part. So Astro is being able to jump, hover, punch, and charge his punch into a spinning attack. So his whole torso just spins, and he's just swinging everywhere. Kind of pseudo Jack and Daxter, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then with the game being VR, one of the particularities is that the camera is controlled by your head's movements rather than the right analog stick.
That makes sense.
Kind of similar to Moss. DJ Earl.
Yeah.
Which, to mention, with this music, a lot of DJ scratching, and I loved it.
Perfect.
So it was my thing. So yeah, it's similar to Moss. You kind of look around, and like as you're controlling Astro Bot, the camera is moving with you, but you can still look around with your head being the right sticks. I mean, you don't need to do it much either. Like it's good at following him and tracking him, and then the obstacles all around you. You can like if there's like a little clear through like bridge above you, you can see. You have to control Astro, but you can look up and just watching him walk over you, grabbing coins.
That's pretty cool.
As he's going to some other side. And where was I at with this? All right, so you have the ability to interact with the environment. So for instance, you can destroy walls with headbutts if they're in a way. You just keep walking, the camera will take you up to it, and then boom. And it's cool because you feel it for some reason. Like the headset doesn't vibrate, but for some reason it just feels like it does. You could dodge enemy attacks or blowing to the headset's microphone, which I keep forgetting the headset has a microphone. So I was like, how is this working?
Oh, yeah.
You can spread flower petals that way, or like, there's just a couple signs where I did have to headbutt so I could see what I was doing, and so Astro Bot could get through. And then some weird like goop enemy shot like goo at me, and I just shook my head instinctively to like get it off, and that worked. The goal of the game is to rescue Astro's crew scattered around the world. These are 8 lost robots in each level, and finding them requires skillful jump and looking carefully through the environment. So what's funny about this is that they all have these little jetpacks, and sometimes they're just standing there, sometimes they're hanging off of an edge or something. They seem helpless, but like you have a jetpack. I don't know why you're helpless. But the funniest thing is that when you get to them, they start to like bend over and like show you, and their butt is facing you, because to save them, you kick them in their ass, and then they fly into your touchpad of your DualShock controller, and they just hang out there.
I just saw that happen.
The
I don't have my
the
speaker turned on them, but I wouldn't be surprised if if they did that. So that's where they all go. Like the little touchpad opens up like a door, and they just go inside.
That's cute.
So that was fun. You're just like, and just kick them in the ass, and you save them. And whenever Astro is looking at, or if you're looking at Astro, he'll know you're looking at him. And within that second, he'll turn his head and just start waving at you.
That's cute.
And just makes little noises. Even when he's running around somewhere, if you're focused on him, he'll just wave while still running or whatever. It's really adorable. The game uses 3D audio so that the player can locate the voice of the bots. At the end of every world, a boss waits and requires a certain number of bots rescued to unlock, occasionally prompting the user to return to previously cleared levels in order to rescue more of the lost bots. And just like bots, space chameleons are hidden per level, and the player can find them by relying on 3D audio. When a space chameleon is found, a special extra challenge stage is unlocked, doubling the game content. And, yeah, I didn't know, because I remember seeing a chameleon, and I didn't do much to, like, I didn't have to interact with him. I just had to get near him, and he just appeared and just, like, oh, and poof, disappeared. I was like, I didn't know exactly what that did. But now I know. In some levels, magic chests can be found that contain controller gadgets. And there's 7 total. Hookshot, water gun, shuriken, tightrope, magic light, machine gun, and slingshot. In the demo, you get the hookshot.
Okay.
And you don't use it until the boss fight. Because you get 2 stages and a boss fight. And I think right here, I can see that you're watching the video, Matt.
Oh, yeah, I'm watching some.
This is where
some goon
this is
play it.
This is right where they use the hookshot, because they're right about to get it. And
I saw the kick in the ass, by the way. It's pretty good.
So what you do is that you take your finger on the touchpad and you just slide forward, and it'll shoot it out immediately. And then you take your controller and pull it towards you, and you'll pull down a bridge.
That's cool.
Like so.
Get over here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was like. And then so yeah, I think this is a stage for the boss fight. So you're going up, and you're going to be spoiler in like 5 seconds. You're going to be fighting a giant gorilla.
Oh.
And like it feels huge.
While you're in the
like
sure.
wearing a headset, everything's 60 frames, and like it's like you really feel tiny compared to.
Yo,
this
is that a
thing.
PS1?
What you're on?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. If it is,
Yeah, it is.
nice.
That's cool.
It's just a helipad design to look like a top of a PlayStation.
Yeah, the button, they'll open. Power.
Yeah, like. I mean, yeah, I felt like wearing a VR headset is different than how we're watching this.
Yeah.
But pretty much all you have to do is, you have to dodge the waves of fire that he puts down, and you punch his teeth for a little bit, and then you'll see like a gold ring pop out of his mouth when he's screaming if you hit him enough. And you take the hook shot, grab that, and pull his face down back into the building, and
Yeah.
that's how you hurt him.
That's cool.
And
This
just,
is like fun. This looks like it's like one of those, like, I guess to describe it in, I don't know, layman's terms, it's like Moss in a way, I guess, where it's like that platforming, like you're watching and you control the camera for a platformer.
funny thing about it, the physical version, I think, or maybe it's digital, it's actually bundled
That's cool.
together.
That's cool.
Yeah, because they do play
Both
kind of
privileged
similar.
playing games.
Astro Bot is definitely has the polish, like by far. I mean,
Got that SIE on it. That's why.
That's true.
yeah.
You gonna buy it?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Like this is like everybody needs to experience this game if they can. Like if you have VR or have a friend who has VR, you have to play it.
Well, I have a friend that has VR.
I do too. I was thinking a lot about VR recently. Like, should I do
You're
it?
going to Japan. Don't buy
I
it.
know. But I'm gonna wait till PS5. Because whatever comes with the next iteration of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably better to wait.
I should wait until E3 to make my decision, but the next thing I'm saving up for is a graphics card.
Yeah, because like there's not too many VR games, but the ones that are out there and done really well, it's so worth having.
I mean, dude, that headset would be worth it alone just to sit and play Tetris for the rest of my life.
And I forgot there was a newer one last episode.
Yeah, the
or
new
whatever.
yeah.
So,
It's
yeah.
the V through HDR and
But yeah, shooting that hookshot felt so good. And then like whenever you clear a level, like there's like the sphere where all the little bots go into, and then like some rings pop up, and then
like a bonus stage thing.
yeah, I'm not sure if this does it here or not.
No, but I saw it earlier in the video I was watching.
Wait a minute. Well,
Uh,
I think it's no. Okay,
No.
it doesn't. Yeah, so it's like a sphere, and there's a bunch of gold rings, and sometimes the rings move, but it's pseudo Kirby. Like you're like Astro Bot is on like a little slingshot, and you're pulling him back, and you got to make sure the rings are lined up to get that bonus.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And you just let go, and he'll just fling them through. Kind of so like Kirby at the end of a level, you shoot up the clouds to see how high.
Yep.
That's what it reminds me of. Very
That's
reminiscent.
pretty cool.
But yeah, that was just a demo. I fell in love immediately. Like,
Astro Bot Rescue Mission.
And that's good. That's what a demo's supposed to do.
Yeah.
So
like
effective.
mission accomplished.
It was
Good
right
job,
there. It was
Sony.
like, even like right before the boss fight, it was like, "You want to buy this game?" And I was like, "I so do, but I can't right now." Fuck, because I bought another
What
game.
are you buying? What if every demo just had like the Resident Evil 4 trenchcoat man at the end? What are you buying?
Stranger.
I will buy everything.
Everything.
I would buy everything.
Here's my money.
So from there, we're gonna go dark.
All right. You bought Sonic Adventure 2?
Darkstalkers.
Oh.
No, observation.
Oh, rad.
Oh,
Oh, Matt's got his fingers in his ears.
I just bought it. I haven't played it yet.
Well, I'm not gonna go into anything spoiler. I'm not gonna go into whatever the trailer didn't show.
All right. So Observation, new game from the folks who made Stories Untold.
Yes.
You
You're
bought
on
this
a-
on PS4, right?
Yes.
You're-
This is not VR.
On a spaceship.
You're on a spaceship. The ship is called Observation.
Got it.
Got it. Makes sense. Checks out.
Yeah. They label it as an adventure puzzle video game on Wikipedia. I don't exactly agree. I do, but I don't. Because adventure makes you think like it's a more like platformer is what I think of, or like some type of like, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely an adventure, but not the happy kind. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's very narrative driven. Like if to
Which
me
makes sense coming from Stories Untold.
like to me, it was more like an interactive movie,
Then yeah.
but not in a bad way. Like I say that with endearment.
Oh, you beat it. You're saying
Yes.
what? You're using a lot of past tense here.
Yeah, this is like a 7-hour game.
Okay, cool.
Not bad for $25.
Yeah.
Or get it for $12.49.
Okay, I don't know how.
He
Epic.
stole shit.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't. No.
Well,
no,
I
it's
mean-
already selling on
oh,
Epic.
you got it on PC.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I'm playing on PS4. I think here's the thing. I think PC might be the way to go in terms of visuals and graphics because I think you get that smooth 60.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious on how some of the more puzzle-like elements work out with a unless you're using a controller.
No, I'm gonna probably start with keyboard
Because-
and mouse.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm curious. I'm not sure if it's gonna be good or not because with a controller, it felt pretty nice. It felt intuitive enough. So I'm curious how they translate it for mouse and keyboard. But yeah, like I think you'll be able to play this to completion.
Oh, good.
There you go.
I'll like that's I think so. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy this game.
All right. Well, spoilers. I guess that means there's no fucking spiders in it.
Oh no, I can. It jump scares, man.
I
It's
did
the-
not confirm or deny that.
Well, you said that Matt can beat it. If there's spiders in it, Matt's not going anywhere near
I
it.
beat shit with spiders in
He
it.
beat Prey.
I beat Bloodborne. That fucking House of Horrors and Nightmare of Menses. Are you fucking kidding me?
All right.
Yeah, that
Fair
was
enough.
not fun.
Fair enough.
Fucking Rom.
Cause to me, like, I was going into like, I remember way back when he first announced this game, and I pointed out something.
I don't remember.
Okay, cool. Well, I was
Alright.
I was right on the money from
Okay.
what I was getting myself into. I was curious to see where they're going to take it, and it's definitely interesting, to say the least.
So this is not episodic. This is just like one thing, right? Or is it
The Stories
in
Untold
chapters?
was kind of all like
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, no, this is just
One
kind of all.
story.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's all one story.
I mean-
You can see the DNA from Stories Untold
Sure.
from certain parts of their games.
But you're actually moving a character this time.
Well, you are the OS system.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, that part they've always kind of told you out there. Like, you're not controlling the girl. You are this operating system called Sam. So you're basically like Hal in 2001: Space Odyssey
got it.
Okay.
to some degree, because a lot of it is just like because they move you through cameras throughout the ship. That's
Okay.
how you.
That makes sense.
That's kind of how you get around and like communicate with her.
Are you like R1, L1 to jump cameras, or is it kind of automated depending on?
There was a mobile game that did something like that, right? Oh, I remember. Keep talking.
Okay. Because I mean, I didn't know if this was stuff you just want to find out on your own with how gameplay is, or.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to find it out in the first 30 minutes.
Okay. Well, depending on the room, you'll see up left hand corner letters between A to C.
Mm-hmm.
A, B, C. Sometimes it's just A, B. Sometimes it's just A. If there's more than one letter, you use the D-pad left and right to switch between the cameras in that
Okay.
room. Each room has its own set of cameras.
Okay.
And you can rotate, look around, zoom in and out, and that's how you can interact with objects within that room. If I was to criticize that, I think the camera moves a little too slow.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Because it can get a little laborish to doing it, but the stuff you find and interact with, it pays off. Like the pacing is done very well.
Cool.
Where like it's not really a thing that you think about it. It's not going to break the game for you by any means.
Yeah.
It's just me like being a little nitpicky, if anything. But yeah, you're just trying to figure out what's going on. Well,
And then,
the main character Emma Fisher is trying to figure out what's going on. She's using you. You're helping her, and while that's happening, weird shit ensues.
sure, yeah, as you'd expect. In terms of, you said there's puzzle elements. Like, what is your moment-to-moment interaction with the game? Where you like?
So this is where I don't exactly agree as well. Like they are puzzles, but not in the traditional sense. It's more like you're finding you're
You're not matching up symbols on a screen to make 3 in a row. Or sometimes you are, I guess. I don't.
no, not
Okay.
not like Tetris or whatever you're.
Yeah,
if that's what you meant. Like
I meant more like a match 3 puzzle or.
no, okay, yeah, it's nothing like that. It's like, here's this thing to interact with, and here's the instruction manual on how to operate this one machine, and
Yeah,
then you just
okay.
have to do basically what it's
So,
saying.
A
Stories
mini
untold.
version of Stories on... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, so like that those kind of stuff specifically, it kind of reminded me of
The cold one?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the puzzles from that I can see are the DNA of it is in this.
Sure.
I think that was... I don't know. I think that was my favorite puzzle. Like, that my favorite
No, I like
chapter.
the text adventure. That's my
The
fucking
te-
favorite.
I suppose the text adventure
It's
at
like
the end of the day.
it's like take the finale in the cold and shoot it off into space.
All right.
Alright.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I think it was... I always go back to the story of how it played that third level. I think
Yeah.
that's why I liked it the
Yeah,
most.
yeah.
Yeah, because to me the game it definitely has the atmosphere of being spooky. It's very unsettling.
Sure.
That's why I was saying I think mostly why you'd be able to play it, because it's not meant to be a jump scare kind of horror game that
Sure.
that we're used to. It's just the whole time you don't
It's just
feel
unsettling
great.
and creepy and
Yes,
Great.
because
I'm in.
because you feel the isolation.
Yeah, I gotta get it.
It captures that, and like Stories Untold had like that nice like little TV intro.
Mm-hmm.
This one has one too, and
So
good.
all right. Of the highest recommendation, Observation.
Republic was that game I was thinking about.
I loved the cover of that, but the gameplay looked.
I
boring
think
to me.
I think episode 1 was like free or something like that, and you had to
Yeah.
buy the rest of it. Developed over 5 years by industry veterans.
And-
Wasn't this like Ubisoft published?
Could be.
And I don't know, like I don't think this will really be a spoiler, but it does deal with the conclusion of the game. It's more just a warning for anybody listening if they want to play this and they might have any minor, mild, or extreme like elements of epilepsy in any way. There are flashing lights involved.
Yeah, that shit. So I did boot it because I was deciding whether or not I should start it before leaving in 15 minutes, and I was like, all right, yeah, it makes no sense. But yeah, it's very strong and potent on Epic Game Store's thing,
Yeah.
and then as soon as you launch it, it's like, hey, dude,
Okay, yeah,
epilepsy.
Yeah, I mean, like there is parts in the main part of the game. Where it might have that element, but I don't think that part is to worry about. It's the very end is at its strongest.
Yeah.
So that's the only warning I would heed.
Dope.
But yeah, really good game.
Yeah, so I don't know how long that sale is going on in Epic Games, but it's like right now I think it's like 20% off or 10% off, so it knocks it to $22.49 or something around there.
Wasn't the thing with Epic Game Store that every game that's more than X amount of dollars is $10 off?
Yeah, so that's the thing. And then I think like the developers came out like 20% off like to begin with, and then at the Epic Games like sale knocked it another 10. So you can probably get around like $12.49 or so at the moment.
Okay.
And then I used my PayPal account, and evidently I had $10 in there that I didn't know about. So I essentially bought a game for $2.49.
Nice. Yeah, there's a lot to that game that leaves you.
I'm excited.
Wonder.
So. That's why I didn't play it for that 15 minutes, because I knew I was gonna get hooked and never make it over to Victoria's house.
Yeah, I mean, the game does feel slow, but not in a bad way, because I'd say the pacing's done so well that you're kind of not really thinking about it.
That's fine.
No, it's definitely enjoyable. I'm glad it's not in VR. Now that I think about it, because I think you would get motion sickness out the ass.
Oh wow.
Because like there is a part I wasn't. The game's not perfect.
Sure.
By any means.
Well,
there are some parts when it came to navigating that I was having some trouble with and took some time, and I guess that kind of adds to the atmosphere of that game. Maybe it adds to that whole thing of the isolation or whatnot. But
and you're controlling an AI, so you feel helpless because you're trapped inside of the confines of this thing. I get that.
Cortana,
just being in space and like trying to find certain things when everything's fucking rotating. It like that part was a little tedious. But
I do have a spoilerish question. Does it turn out you've been on the Pillar of Autumn the entire time?
Oh shit,
man, I wish.
Damn,
it's just a Halo game.
That's Halo Infinite.
There it is, coming this E3.
Yeah, you're basically just like a better version of Guilty Spark, I guess.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like.
We should. I know next week's the predictions thing, but the idea just came to me. After the fact, we should predict, of the games ever announced and talked about, which one is Frog Fractions 3.
Ooh, I like that. We could figure that out. It'll be something at Devolver's show, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Outside of observation, anything else?
Damn, I'm hyped.
Not right now, no.
Let's wrap it up. No news. I'm going to go. I'm going to play. Now.
I didn't play any video games this
My
week,
Steam
I guess.
Link's
No,
stuck.
damn it.
That is a game where you want lights out, headphones.
It sounds like daylights.
No, man. For this game, if you want to feel like you're in space, lights out.
The sun's right there in space. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to get me through the game, right?
No, I'm saying you will. You will, even with this. Trust me.
So, Magic the Gathering Arena got an update this week that if you're interested or whatever, you should check out. I don't remember the name of it, and I didn't write it down, but it's a 5-week journey through this story that's going to play out. The story's told through like in-game stuff, cutscenes and text and whatever. The way that you kind of progress through it all, and you get rewards for progressing through it. It's a totally free to enter event. Everyone in the game gets the exact same deck. There's no creature cards. It's 36 Planeswalker cards, which the Planeswalker cards in Magic are usually pretty powerful. They have their own health that's different than like what a creature card's health would be. And they also can... the way that you use a Planeswalker card, they have different abilities listed. And each ability either adds to or reduces from that Planeswalker's overall health counter. So you might have an ability that lets you, the player, draw 2 cards, and it's +1 to the Planeswalker each time you play that. Then they have a thing where it's like -8, wipe everything out on the board except for this card and one other card. And like so you build the whole thing, the meta of that is to like play that card and keep feeding it health turn by turn, and hope that your opponent doesn't knock that card out or whatever. And once you get to a certain number of health that you can subtract 8 from it, fuck everything up. So this deck, it's 36 Planeswalkers, which is a lot of Planeswalkers cards. And everyone's using the same deck in this event when you go head to head. So it's kind of pretty neat.
I like that kind of event-driven stuff where it's like, hey, we'll provide you the deck.
Yeah.
Or like, these ones are a little bit better. I'm not a big fan of building a deck in a weird way. But like the ones where it's like, all right, like these cards, if you have them available, like build a deck from these cards and everyone plays. Even MLB The Show does that. It's like with the baseball cards, like, hey, all right, this is the event. Like
If you have one of these in here, you'll get a bonus.
Players
whatever.
under 70, like my favorite one was like pitchers 70 overall or less, and hitters 80 overall or less. Let's see what offense we can fucking bring.
That's cool.
It was like for 5-inning games. So is it War of the Spark?
War of the Spark is the latest like expansion.
War of the Spark Chronicles? Because May 23rd to 31st is part 1, Ravnica War.
Ravnica at War, that's what it is.
I think it's going to change next week.
Yeah, but so...
Okay. All right, got it.
That's the thing right now. There's 5 weeks
Chronicles.
of it. Yeah, the Chronicles. So that's a fun little thing. The other updates like added the ability for new like gameplay modes. Previously, if you were going to do just a regular play, it would just be you versus a random opponent 1v1 and done. Now it's you can choose to do a best of 3 or a 1v1 or just a single round. They've added just a couple more modes of play, which is neat. And then I made a deck from scratch that doesn't suck. So I think I'm getting better at the
What
game.
was the name of that deck?
Piss in the Streets.
There it is.
Yeah. I have a good name for all my decks, in case you're wondering, Mark.
What colors?
This one's black and red. It made sense to call it Piss in the Streets. There's no cards that necessarily dictate pissing or the streets.
I forgot how I saw your deck list yesterday. Oh, because you were trying to squeeze in a game. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, it was before we went to go eat chicken wings. I was trying to hop in real quick and just fuck around.
Yeah, and I saw your deck, and I was like, what the fuck?
I got some good deck names.
Amongst the generic ones.
Well, they haven't. I got to delete those decks. They're not supposed to be there.
But I think that's what it was. It would be like Piss in the Streets, and then like 5 generic names, and you obviously tell the one you name next.
Sup. Yeah, so I still enjoy Magic the Gathering. It's been a lot of fun. Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. I've not looked at a guide yet, so progress is super slow because I'm just like trying to grind a little bit. But that game, the first time I beat that game,
Tell me more of this game
I
without
beat
having
it
a guide.
It is not a thing that you can necessarily do easily.
Mm-hmm.
You can. I'm making some progress without the guide, but it's more fun if you just streamline that experience, get it over with as quickly as possible. I just mean because there's a lot of samey stuff. That game is a Hall of Fame contender, some would say,
And a collaborative Hall of Fame. Some would say that would never make it. So don't waste your time.
And then Team Sonic Racing came out this week, and that's probably what I spent the most time with.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I did play a little bit.
So I talked about this a little bit on our upcoming episode of the Chaos Chronicles, but I've played more since talking about it there, and obviously you listening now likely not heard any of my thoughts on the game, and I generally like the game. Across the board, it's a good kart racing game. I think it's fun to play. I think the new team racing mechanics are really cool changes to a kart racer. So this time around, you can do single racers. You don't have to do the team. But the big focus of the Team Sonic Racing is this team element where it's you and 2 other characters. So it's teams of 3. And throughout a race, it requires you to, not requires, but you're encouraged to use your teammates' slipstream to kind of draft and use boost. If you kind of fall behind but then happen to cross through their slipstream, it'll rocket you forward in a slingshot kind of way. Team members can share items by tapping A, so you, or depending on what platform you're playing on, but you press the button, there's an option to share your weapon with another teammate. They can then take it. There's certain weapons you only get by sharing, so if I send out a rocket and you take the rocket, and then I send out another rocket and you take that rocket before you've used the first one, it could make a new type of
that explains
weapon. There's little things like that where combinations of things will start to build weapons you can only get by combining others. And then sometimes are stronger or unique or whatever.
Yeah, playing with AI is cool because they just give you everything.
They just hand it to you, or you ask for it, and they just,
Here's
and then
rockets. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks,
I'm in first place, but yeah, sure, thanks.
And then there's the other big piece of the team stuff is how you slowly build this meter that you can use like an ultimate, and you all kind of, in previous games it would have been called going all-star, but in this game it's just this ultimate thing where you all kind of get no slowdown from running into obstacles. You kind of get an invincibility window.
It kind of reminds me. I mean, it's like the golden mushroom, the star, and a couple other things kind of put together from Mario Kart.
A little bit.
I know
yeah.
you're trying to avoid the
no,
Mario Kart name, but like that's
no.
the
I
best
think
way
that's
to think about it.
I think that's accurate. The thing I don't like about it is that like you can very easily just fly off the side of the track, which sucks.
Yeah.
So you waste like a good 2 seconds of being all-star or being whatever ultimate by going over the track, but
I think that's like a skill where you determine like when to use it, or like
Yeah,
or you
for
just have to
sure.
get better driving.
for sure. Sometimes it's not even about better at driving. Sometimes I think it's more of like when you actually pull it is probably the
I mean,
important thing.
Star Power and Guitar Hero, you had to be careful. Like if you knew there was a section you weren't good at, you saved it for that.
Sure.
Or like if you were going for high scores, like you knew like the series of
You
notes
can
you
hit
needed
it
through
beat
it
for
to-
beat.
And if you're playing at a weird angle, it activates by accident.
Yeah, that fucking Wii Wiimote, man. That Guitar Hero 3 on Wii, not to recommend away, because
Yeah.
that Wii Wiimote went off way too often.
So the racing is fun. It feels good once you kind of learn it. I had to spend a little bit of time getting used to the weight of the game versus recently having gone back to Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. I feel like that game has a bit more of a tightness to it. The characters feel a bit more like locked onto the track, so to speak. Like this feels a lot looser, a lot slipperier in a way. The drifting didn't feel as tight to me. It felt like very much... I felt in the last game, you could just kind of always be holding on that drift. And I'm just starting to get that now. It's not quite there, but the big problem I have with this game is the progression in the game. Where it really, to me, just feels super uninspired. It feels like looking at what another game had done or like trends that are happening now with progression in games and then not going all the way with that. Just kind of doing it just to do it. So you earn credits for racing, and then depending on the difficulty you play, those credits are multiplied by a specific multiplier. So if you just play on normal, you get 22 credits. If you play on hard, it's 22 credits times 1.2 or whatever the multiplier is. I don't know what it is. And then you use those credits in a gacha capsule machine to unlock car parts or consumables. And the consumables are these one-time use things for a single race. And it just doesn't... There's no exciting thing about it. Like, there's nothing exciting to me about doing a gacha machine.
Yeah, I'd rather build up the credits to buy a specific item.
Yeah, and it's like, you're not... In games where there's microtransactions where you can actually buy the things or buy the credits to do, then it kind of makes sense to have that system. There's no microtransactions in this game, so it just sucks to unlock stuff. You're just kind of forced to.
Is it kind of like feeling like a little bit MK?
Oh my god, yeah, it's the same
right.
thing where you're like, oh, there's no microtransactions, but this sucks to earn the. I don't want to do this. This sucks.
Or you have to like set a timer to see when the next update for the store.
Well,
happens.
and then you're like, okay, well, who cares? Like, as you play it, you'll unlock everything eventually, right? So that'll be fine because you'll unlock everything and you'll just have it, which is great because I've done that. I've unlocked every single of the legendary pieces for Sonic's car. Legendary pieces give you a bonus to your stats, but they're also golden in color. So they're the best of the best in terms of statistics. I mean, I might be wrong about that. There might be some variances and whatever. I haven't gone to the nitty gritty, but generally speaking, it's the legendary thing, and it gives you the biggest bump into specific statistics. But it makes your entire fucking car gold, which just looks gaudy as hell.
Yeah, I don't like gold things.
And then, like,
games.
when you go to repaint the car, it's repainting underneath the gold because the legend. It just they're rewards that I don't want, and the car customization could have been done so much cooler. Like, you could have done some really weird, wacky, cool shit with it.
Is it as disappointing as doing the 150cc all cup mirror mode in
I was just
in
about
Double
to
Dash
say,
when you get the
Double
championship car? That's fucking dumb.
Dash. I guess that's all gold, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just
But
all
see,
it sucked.
but-
I was so pissed when that was the car.
I'm not gonna say that you shouldn't have been pissed for getting what you got. However, you did a thing and you got a thing for it,
That's-
right?
all right, fair.
The difference here is that, like, you're doing stuff over and over again and you're getting random things for it that don't really matter, and who cares? That's the part to me that's like, and I don't want to keep saying I wish this had Sega characters, but like the game seems to lack a sense of identity in a way where it just relying on the Sonic franchise is fine, right? There's a lot of stuff to pull out of the Sonic franchise, but like you could have, I don't know, if it had the Sega stuff, right? Then you could unlock different carts for, you know what I mean? You could start pulling in stuff from the eras of Sega.
Yeah, like I would have used more Sonic items from the past as weapons instead of just wisps for everything.
So that's the other thing too. They just use the wisp stuff from Sonic Colors,
like,
which is
you could have had like a bounce coil behind you on the side, and somebody ran into you, boink there to get fucking launched.
Yeah, that would have been
like,
so much cooler because
yeah,
and do the sound effect, do the whole fucking thing, and this just has the wisp system, which you look at it and you're like, oh shit, what's the silver? Oh right, that's a boost. Got it. And you're like, what the fuck? This sucks.
Sega, nobody likes Sonic Colors.
I think Sonic Colors is well liked, but
well, I don't like it.
One of three at the table.
The wisp stuff is just kind of.
I didn't like it in Generations either.
Yeah, that was the shittiest parts of that game. But that in terms of the tracks, they're well designed. I feel like they encourage team play a bit.
Definitely need to learn them for sure.
You definitely need to learn them.
Yeah.
The big problem I have is that like I don't know all of these locations like from their original games, so I don't have that kind of.
I believe one of them is an updated one from
There's a few
Transformed.
There's a
right?
few of them. There's one from Transformed. One of the stages is one right out of Sonic or what was the first one? Sonic and All Stars. Not the
Sonic and Sega All Stars, right?
There was the first one and then Transformed.
Right.
I've seen levels from both of those games brought into this brand new. And there's definitely stuff where I'm like, oh, I remember that from that game. Like you kind of get it, but you know, until we get all the way through every Sonic game on the Chaos Chronicles, I don't know some of these locations yet. So I don't have that immediate kind of like.
Their Rainbow Road equivalent should have been the special stage from Sonic 2, just the entire way, just a half pipe.
It might be in there. That'd be really cool if they did that. That would be actually. I kind of am going to be disappointed if it's not in there. It just. You know, it's a good racing game. It's fun to play. I think the addition of the team mechanics and the push for that are welcomed. You know, it needed something different to just not be another kart racer.
Yeah.
Which it can certainly still be another kart racer. It can still do that if you wanted to do that. I just think that the team thing is cool because then cumulatively, your placement in the outcome of the race determines what your team's score is, and that's how you advance through the like story mode.
I love that team aspect. I think it's
so good.
It's the best thing they could have put into like a kart racer. Period.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something weird because me and Marc played it a little bit when we were setting up for recording, and I don't know. There was something just fun. It felt like I was like in a NASCAR team. I don't know. Like
you're working together.
Yeah, you have individual drivers, but some drivers drive for the same team, and you want to try to help them out and to get a better finish to represent your brand better, right?
Yeah.
Like Dale Earnhardt Jr., he's retired now, but like he, drove the Budweiser car for the longest time. But you got your interstate car or what? I don't know.
Right.
You want to try to help them out too. And then the fucking who do we have? Omega.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fucking sucked and brought us down.
Well, yeah,
He was always last.
Marc was beating up himself at the end. I'm like, no, it's not your fault. It's Omega. Fuck him.
Because he'd be like in 10th, and I wasn't too far ahead of him.
Look,
half the
man,
time. But majority of that race, I was in like second or like first for a little bit, but somehow I ended up in like 7th or 8th. I was like,
so, and that's the other thing too. So playing through the story mode, I defaulted. There's normal, hard, and expert. And expert is locked, and then so there's normal and hard. And I defaulted to hard because in Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, playing through the campaign mode, you needed X amount of stars, not unlike what we're going through with Overcooked. You needed a certain number of stars to progress through certain whatever. And I was just trying to get it, I didn't want to have to replay everything over and over and over. So I would jump into hard by default to get the 3 stars. And in that game, you would play through the entire thing, like every single cup, I think is how they split it up. You play through every cup, you'd get stars. And I was 3-starring all of them before I'd move on. Some of them were a pain in the ass. Like they were really difficult to complete. But eventually you would get through it and you would in turn get better. it got to the point where in that game you get to the end of all the cups. You've seen so many of these stages. You've unlocked nearly the entire roster because you were unlocking the roster as you played through the campaign mode. And then you get to a part, it opens up, and you've now unlocked expert difficulty. And in order to get through to the next final actual real Super Cup at the end, you need to go back through every single race on expert mode. And it was awesome. I loved it. Like, you'd think it would be like, fuck this. But no, it was really cool because by that point, you know these tracks so intimately, and going back through expert gave you a new challenge that you suddenly needed because you'd played through all of it. It made sense. I know you're shaking your head like, fuck that.
Fuck that.
But it felt good. Like, it genuinely felt good. You felt like, good. I can play this. I know these tracks. I did not mind it for
what
the
was
one
it?
time.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts that did that fucking shit?
Probably. Yeah, that sounds...
Oh, but like you had to beat the game twice to actually beat it.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it in that. And in this game, I defaulted to hard, and hard is way too hard sometimes. Like, you can get through it, but it just feels like you're constantly like just on the edge. And like you said, like I was in second the whole time. I'm creeping on first. Oh, now I'm in sixth. This sucks.
I think I'm just from the little that I played versus what you're saying, I can definitely there's some feelings about this game that I feel like are going to happen, and maybe I'll be wrong. But the way I'm seeing it is that, yeah, I agree with the whole progression thing being its downfall.
Yeah, it just
because
it leaves me with like not a real reason to continue to play.
Right, because by the time that you get everything that you want, you're probably already done with the game, and then like, what's the point of playing after that? Because I honestly, if I got all the best stuff by the end of the game, after I did everything, I don't want to play the game anymore.
I mean, I'm not playing Mortal Kombat. I didn't get all the best stuff in that game that I wanted, but I also like.
I don't like games.
What's the online look like in this game?
I started one and it took me a minute to kind of load, and then I was like, I'm gonna do. I think I had to cook or something. I don't remember. Right. So I haven't tried, but
I guess that would be the living afterlife.
Yeah, that's kind of why I asked.
I'm gonna play more of that this week. Every time I got a chance to sit down and play it, I was playing the exhibition mode or whatever they call it, story or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I did much. If I'm playing it, I'm kind of doing story mode.
All right.
Maybe I did do one race. I mean, it was good. I don't know if I did one.
Oh, that's more modes. I'm sure that online's fine.
There is online. Yeah, for sure. And you can do online as single player or teams. You can do the same thing there.
And then you maybe not know, but hypothetically, we all had a game. We could all happen together.
I believe that is the case.
To be a team. All right.
I believe that's the case.
Makes sense.
You can play locally up to 4 players.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Why?
Frame rate takes a dip.
Even more than 2-player?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I don't, because I know the Switch. I got it on Switch. I know the Switch is 30, where the rest of the consoles are 60.
Well, not on PlayStation.
But, it's not 60 on PlayStation?
No, if you're doing split screen,
No. I just mean generally speaking.
I like single player.
Yeah.
It's not always a full 60 if I watch that Digital Foundry video correctly.
Oh, then that makes sense.
If I watched the video correctly.
I watched it at work. Wasn't really paying attention to
it. I mean, it's probably the Pro and the X definitely get 60s, and then the others trickle down from there. I mean, this game is definitely one I will double dip on at some point if I end up liking it enough. I bought Sonic and All Stars like fucking 5 times, I think.
I just have the one on PC.
Yeah, it looks and runs best on PC, at least in that case. I don't know how about...
Yeah, Danica's pretty great.
Team Sonic, I'm not sure of.
Best Hedgehog.
It's good. I'm happy it's out. I've been long anticipating this game, but I feel like the more I played Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform, the more stuff I discovered that I was like elated to find. And the more I play this game, the more I'm like, oh, okay. It doesn't feel as thrilling, but it's still a really good kart racing game.
Hey, at least it came out before CTR, right?
Well, I'm curious to see how that comes. I'm more eager about or curious about Crash Team Racing than I was before. I'm also more curious to see how Mario Kart 9 or whatever that inevitable game is.
The phone one.
Not the phone one. No. I'm curious to see how the next console Mario Kart handles it, because 8 did some things with It's, I don't know. It could be. Well,
I got the wrong experience on 8, I think.
on 8? Why?
I got the bundled. I got
deluxe?
the deluxe, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything was already done and unlocked.
But it's not.
I think, yeah, you still have to unlock the cart pieces, and I think that's the same thing.
Yeah.
But here, you roll your eyes, but the way that Mario Kart 8 did the cart unlock progression, where you you do get a random piece. It's not unlike what you're doing here. You would get a random piece.
I don't think it's random.
I think it's like
I think
by
they're set
level.
at like certain coins. You just get that piece.
Okay,
It's in
either
the
way.
same ordering, but yeah.
Yes, but to the player, it could seem random. But either way, you're
Yeah.
getting something. You're getting a cart or a wheel or a glider in that. But the way they do that in Mario Kart 8 is like you're getting carts that look different, that are an actually physically different shaped thing. This is the same shape of Sonic's car. It just now has a gold bumper, or it now has. You do get different shapes. I shouldn't like completely say you don't, because you do get like a spoiler that sticks up off the back of it, so it does change the way your car looks. But it's not like in Mario Kart where they're giving you clouds to ride on, or fucking Epona, or whatever that like kind of puts you into a specific world of Super Mario. So, but we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk a little bit about a classic PlayStation and some news from the week. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the other side of the show. Before we get into news, I want to talk to you about the PlayStation Classic real quick, because this might be one of your final chances to get it, judging by the way the sales are running. So last week there was and I think it's still continuing, or they're going even further with it this week. There's a sale at Target that brought the PlayStation Classic to 35% discount, or 33% discount. If you recall, the PlayStation Classic was not great. It debuted at $100 back in December, and at some point in the last few months, it dropped to $59.99. So the 33% off brought it down to like 42 and change or something like that. Still better, but not great. And I always told myself, buy one when it's $20. Well, the cartwheel thing hit this week, where on top of that sale, if you're in store, you can use in the Cartwheel app or the Target app through Cartwheel another 33% off coupon that brought the total down to $27.55 after Maryland state tax. I mean, do the math in your own area, but $26 generally speaking for that little guy. And while it's not great, it's very easy now to make it great, pretty simply. So that thing turned into something kind of cool. And then Sandeep and I have been having some fun this week, going back and forth with things we're finding and whatever. And now I got that thing up and running, and it's pretty fucking neat. So if you want something pretty fucking neat, I would check out Target this week. In the meantime, I'm probably going to play some Parasite Eve this week, because that game seems fucking dope. But we got some news to talk about outside of that. Oh boy, where do we start? So Sony Interactive Entertainment establishes PlayStation Productions to bring its game catalog to film and television. Most importantly, out of this news story, we have learned that a Twisted Metal TV series is confirmed to be in development. Sup.
I'm very curious about this.
Oh, me too.
Me as well.
Fuck. You could... That's Fred Durst's next project, when you think about it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there it is.
Did they say it was live action?
Oh, it better be.
Or are we assuming it's live action?
I was assuming.
I'm assuming.
Sony confirmed during investor relations presentation today that it is developing a TV show based on the Twisted Metal game series. It also stated that the Uncharted movie is in, quote, advanced development.
So it hasn't started filming yet.
We have
Just never started filming.
They're finally getting around to casting, I guess.
The only thing that has been said is we have a TV show we just agreed to get underway that will be developed from the IP on PlayStation. It's called Twisted Metal. It's a game that was put out many years ago, and we're going to develop a TV series around that. That's it.
Man, like that could mean anything.
You know what it should mean? A fucking real life game show where you cast assholes to actually play Twisted Metal. Let's fucking do a seance. We'll get Calypso to rise from hell.
Quick, what channel is it going to be on?
2005. That's the year Christmas is. Channel.
Yeah, what channel would this air on?
It depends. Are we doing a real ass reality show? Because then it's going on HGTV. Are we doing
HGTV?
Yeah, they put all sorts of trash on there, Matt.
Okay,
HGTV.
let's assume this isn't a game show and it's like an actual like standard TV series.
It's going to be a PlayStation TV exclusive.
I'm thinking sci-fi.
Sci-fi. Okay.
I feel like this is such a silly, wacky franchise that I can see it going in that direction.
You got to think politically, though, right? So,
Do you?
no, I mean, like in terms of like
They have Hammerhead.
not that. That's not what I mean. Not politically in that sense. I mean, who is Sony's? Which companies does Sony own? Right? Like now, Disney owns fucking FX and every. Right? Like where is Sony's TV wing? Or who are they in bed with the best? Is it Fox, which is Disney? I have no idea. Because then you start looking down, because all TV channels are just owned by the same three people. You just got to figure out which one of those three
I don't
people
think
Sony's
Sony's
friends
in
with.
that fucking game, dude.
I don't think they are either, which means they got to be friends with somebody. So Sony Pictures puts out Spider-Man. Spider-Man's in conjunction. I don't fucking know, man. Columbia TriStar. Is there a TV show for Columbia? Sony TV. Let's do that. Boom. Nope. This is
You got
trying to
Bravia.
sell me TVs. Fuck.
I mean, it could be just a through your home console exclusive, kind of like they did with Powers.
That'd be smart, sort of, I guess. I don't know. I'm just gonna look at pictures of Kaz Hirai for a while.
It's going to be YouTube Premium.
I don't know. But anyway, that's exciting, I guess. There's some things I don't want them to make shows out of that I know they will, and there's others that I'm happy are getting recognized.
If they did like
Twisted Metal,
how Nintendo did with Pikmin, if they did like little shorts of Astro Bot, that would be
that'd be pretty good.
very charming.
That'd be pretty good. Dota is a word I don't like to say often on this podcast, but this week Valve made me, because Valve is developing its own Dota auto chess, while the folks at Drodo Studio are spinning it out into their own version of auto chess. In a blog post that Valve posted to blog.dota2.com, Valve states, if you're like us, you've spent much of the last 6 months playing Dota auto chess. Fun fact, I'm not like you.
I am. Don't worry. Keep going.
But because of the extreme popularity of Dota Auto Chess, Valve reached out to Drodo Studio, flew them out back in February to talk about the future of auto chess and trying to find out a way to collaborate directly with the team on what to do next. And both sides came to the conclusion that Valve and Drodo could not work directly with each other for a variety of reasons, which are not listed in this blog post. But both ended up agreeing that they're going to build their own standalone version of the game and support each other to the fullest. Which is, it's kind of weird to me. But also, I guess not. I don't know. It just seems weird. It's like, oh, you made what I made better. Or not better. I don't know. That's subjective. But you took what I did and turned it into something else. And now I think that's cool. So I'm going to take it back and do it again. Sounds a lot like Fortnite, I guess. But... Matt?
No, I like this. If it's going to stay in the Dota universe, it's going to use those heroes, I guess.
And Artifact, meanwhile, fucking just bleeding in the street somewhere.
Dead. No, someone said, someone asked, is the Artifact team working on auto chess? And they said, no, those teams are independent. So Artifact still has a team. It could be of 0 people, but it still has a team, evidently. Or those people are not working.
Meanwhile, on Twitch, did you take a look at those links I sent you last night? Twitch.tv/Artifact is a real cool place for, I don't know if it's /Artifact, but if you go and just look up people who are playing Artifact right now, it's a fucking shit show. No one's actually playing Artifact. They're just fucking playing whatever. Porn. Who the fuck knows?
Piss in the streets.
It might as well be. Like, here, let's do this right now. You ready? Artifact. Someone is streaming American Pie 3. This is a nude man being stepped on in a wrestling ring.
So people just forgot to change their title of what they're streaming?
No, they're
they
intentionally
purposely-
playing.
Oh.
Yes. I mean, like, that's a dude's dick on Twitch. Full dick.
That account will be banned soon enough.
This is some Charlie Sheen movie from the 80s. People are playing Rush Hour. There's the Avengers. You want to watch the Avengers? Skincare. A girl brushing her teeth. One person actually playing Artifact. Two guys naked in a locker room
Here we go.
pushing their arms against each other.
I just went to the Artifact Reddit, and someone posted 2 hours because someone movie night feels good, man. Thanks Artifact for the entertainment. And then someone commented 2 hours ago. So far, I've seen Spider-Man: Homecoming, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Venom, Infinity War, Deadpool, Deadpool 2, which he said was still on, JoJo, which was still on, Magica, I guess is probably a better way.
Magica.
Promise in Neverland,
Oh, these
Naruto,
Shit.
Bleach,
They
Game
went
of
right into
Thrones,
anime.
American Pie 2, Upgrade, Shrek, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and Harry Potter.
Wow.
This stream is just called DC Animated Movies Day 2, and they're just streaming all of DC's animated films.
All right.
Artifact has been the best thing that has happened to Twitch lately, one way or another.
You can watch the entirety of The Wire right now by looking up Artifact.
Admins shut down an Infinity War stream after the snap scene, right when people start disintegrating.
Appropriate.
100% calculated. Someone commented under that. We're in the end game now.
Oh, man.
Artifact ain't dead yet, boys. 3K watchers.
A man playing the flute.
Oh, Artifact did surpass Auto Chess because of that. Because of the end game stream.
Someone is, quote, playing Artifact, but it's actually just a Resident Evil 4 stream.
Okay.
A lot of anime.
Just watched Fight Club on the Artifact Twitch category.
Yeah, this all checks out.
I'm hoping there's one that's like somebody out doing like a archaeological dig and they find a real artifact. I found his blood diamond.
So welcome to Dota. Meanwhile, the Steam Chat mobile app launched this week that I've already deleted from my phone because who chats through Steam?
No one.
I don't know, I downloaded it to see. It does seem more functional than what Steam Chat ever was, but I don't have a big enough friends list on there to actually use it.
As big as my Xbox friends list.
Yeah.
3 people.
Boom. League of Legends is coming to your phone. Riot Games partnering with Tencent. They've already aren't they owned by Tencent? Or are they just? Either way, Tencent is working with Riot to develop a mobile version of League of Legends.
Curious how that plays
That
out.
seemed like the right move for that game.
Yeah. Especially with everything going on at Riot, you'd think that maybe change the narrative a little bit.
Be curious to see how they make the mobile version of that. Because that's fucking Dota.
Yeah.
Shops, tower, heroes, that is that.
I wonder if it'll end up being more like some of the other
The 3v3 stuff, or what was that first one that came in that was on Apple
Arena
Stage?
of Valor.
That's it.
Yeah. Game Freak is prioritizing its original game projects, trying to create something as exciting as Pokemon, says a programmer at Game Freak. I think it's real cool. I'm sure that people are mad about this. Because people get mad.
Super Play NES.
There you go.
And it's a game where you play as a boy named Ness and go around and capture super plays.
Okay.
And there's about 150 of them.
Okay.
And you go to compete at stations,
All right.
and you have to get 8 station controllers to go and be the best. And then after you become the best, you must take on the
Final? Complete?
extraordinary Quattros.
Uh-huh. Okay. Is that like a chic thing?
Sponsored.
Boom.
Got the sponsorship.
And then
Yeah.
your rival,
Mario.
I was going to say Pickles, but all right.
Yeah, pickles. Yeah, I mean, Town does not look interesting one bit to me at all, but I think it's cool that Game Freak gets to make its own stuff and not just Pokemon.
I mean, they had Tembo.
Tembo's badass.
Mm.
There's that other one, Giga Wrecker, which I was kind of indifferent on. Drill Dozer back in the day is pretty good.
That's
I'm
a
sure
that's a
they
hard
make
cartridge
so
to find.
much.
Girl, I got it.
I'm saying it's rare.
I bought it for like $8 or something. Somewhere.
At least I thought it was.
I mean, I bought it a couple years ago.
Okay.
It's been a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just face it. This company probably makes so much money hand over fist with Pokemon that they can
yeah.
take a risk or two.
I like that they're branching out at least. I mean, it's good to be known for doing a thing, but at the same time, that can get exhausting, I'm sure.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Oh yeah,
And-
no one likes working on the same thing for year over year.
Like, I liked, what was their one 3DS game? Harmonite.
Pokemon.
Mhm.
Harmonite, yeah. Yeah, Harmonite and Pocket Card Jockey. Wasn't that them?
Was it them?
I don't remember.
I mean, I'll
Someone
bring
look
it
it
real quick. I got you.
I mean, I'll Google it.
Pocket Card Jockey.
If I could spell.
It is Game Freak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pocket
yeah.
Card Jockey was good.
Yeah, it's Marc game. Matt, you fixed your PC this week, yes?
Correct.
Have you pressed
I think.
Windows key plus G recently?
No, I don't even know what that shortcut does.
It brings up Game Bar. And maybe you didn't know before, but perhaps it's time you did. Actually, as a matter of fact, I got to customize mine. I forgot to fix it.
Oh,
But-
that's the thing that pops up when you start a game and you're logged into your Xbox account, right? Got
Yes.
it. Yeah, I've hit it once a while ago and I forgot what it does.
Well, before it didn't do shit. When we
Perfect.
played Sea of Thieves last week, I was having some weird, like I got kicked out of the game and then I was trying to rejoin and it wouldn't work. And I kept having to alt tab to the Xbox app and then back into Sea of Thieves and go back and forth. Not anymore, folks, because the game bar lets you do an Xbox overlay on the screen. Because before you would do the game bar thing and it just let you change your sound levels and like capture the screen if you wanted to. But now you can actually put your friends list or your chat or Spotify as an overlay.
Huh.
Well, I like the Spotify little thing in
Yeah,
there.
it's pretty neat.
I wish you could customize overlays, maybe put iTunes on it, but
Give it time,
I'm about to get Spotify again. Fuck it, man.
Yeah.
No, I can't because of the family subscription.
Hmm.
If it was just me, it'd be different.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, you can fully customize the UI to make it your own. Choose which widgets to show and hide, where you want them located, pin specific ones, where you want them, etc. So I'm gonna dig around with that a little bit this week. I don't know if it, a little bit. It's kind of being touted as the new game bar, as if it's this big thing, but I don't know if it's kind of like, hey, here's the first version, and we're excited to bring more features throughout the summer, or not.
The rare amount of times I've video captured on screen, I've used GeForce Experience, so like.
Yeah, I mean they're actual built-in captures. It's fine.
And
it's
then
not-
my keyboard has a custom shortcut for volume on the fly, so like I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of that stuff I'm already doing in other ways I'm used to.
This summer, the DC Universe comes to Nintendo Switch.
Weird.
I know, real weird.
Yeah.
So this is the MMO. Originally launched in 2011 on PC and PlayStation 3. Later brought to PS4 and Xbox One eventually. Almost a decade old, now coming to Switch, which...
I thought it was dead.
Well,
No, they still put out content. I re-downloaded that on PC recently because they just put out a Justice League Dark expansion that I was like, oh, fuck, you can fucking go hang out with Constantine and Zatanna.
That's so weird.
I know. I can't remember how that game rolls. Like, I think it's free to play.
it's probably free to play at this point. It is because you can do the free to play stuff, but you had to buy to get the trophies.
Is that what it was?
I remember that being a thing.
Yeah. Whoops.
I only remember like when that game first came out, and that's it.
I played a good chunk of it. Like I almost up to level 30.
I never played it, but I feel like I played it through Greg Miller's experience with that game because he played a lot of it when I listened to Podcast Beyond.
I think that was when I kind of like pushed myself over the edge to download it and try it, but it was fun. Like making your own superhero was cool. You can make a villain if you wanted to. The main thing is kind of like, I guess, in like an MMO where you would choose a faction, you're doing the same thing, but you're choosing a hero as your mentor.
Right.
Or a villain as your mentor, and that
Yeah.
kind of decides which faction you go into. Through the years, they've added a lot. Like now I think you can start the game as a speedster or a lantern if you want to, or before you could only start as like kind of a Superman type, a Batman type, a Joker type. It was very...
I think I remember Speedster being...
It wasn't one like from day one.
Oh, no?
Like you could do it eventually, and there was like a thing you could, like an expansion that let you kind of get super speed, but it wasn't necessarily like choose that as a class from the start, which I remember by the time I had jumped into it, it was one, and Lantern was just starting to be one, I think.
Is that game still published by SIE?
As far as I can tell.
Because that's like the weirdest part about it. I didn't even know about the Xbox thing either.
It came out on Xbox, I want to say about a year ago, maybe.
Developer Sony Interactive Entertainment. I mean, that's still popping up on Steam.
Developed by Daybreak Game Company and then published by Daybreak and WB Games.
I wonder if SIE handed that off. Because that was like, yeah, this one thing that MMO is coming to Switch. Like,
Daybreak
that's fine.
is a subsidiary of Sony Computer Entertainment,
Fucking weird.
but was spun off to an independent investor in February 2015 and renamed Daybreak Game Company.
Not as weird.
There you go. Because it used to be Sony Online Entertainment and then was spun off. And that's why they're able to take the game.
Got it. All right, now everything makes sense again.
Boom!
There you go. Well, Switch has an MMO now.
So it came out on Xbox One in 2016. So now 3 years later.
Gave them
comes
a year to
Switch.
develop. Yep, that all makes sense.
Yeah.
Gave them a year to hit the port button, let it render.
Here you go. Yeah. Yeah. I'm tentatively curious.
Nope.
I mean, I already
Don't do
reinstalled it. No?
No.
But what if?
Because
Man? What if?
here you are saying there's nothing to play anymore.
Is it turn-based?
It's like that KOTOR, right, isn't it? Like it is
Kind of like WoW, where it's
turn-based.
just like you have cooldowns for your attacks, but you just
Yeah.
have to wait there and like just take the hit. It's not like real time, like Phantasy Star or something.
No, I think it's like real time.
Do you know what I mean with like traditional MMOs? I mean, like it is technically real time, but if you're running away from an enemy and there's like 20 feet between you,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
still hitting you.
Yeah, that does happen.
Versus if you dodge, you actually dodge. Like that's
Oh, I think you can dodge still.
like just by like double tapping an arrow. It's not like
Yeah.
a move.
I think it might depend on character. I don't know. It's been too long, but I remember like it being MMO-y where like you've got specific gadgets and shit that are tied to cooldowns, but I feel like generally speaking it was,
Like,
mobility wasn't an issue.
Did you play Final Fantasy 14?
Yeah.
Is it like that?
Yeah. Yeah, it actually is a lot like 14.
Okay.
Is that good or bad?
Bad for me, but okay.
All right.
It's fine. It's
Out-
just a standard.
Outer Wilds has a release date, which is this week. I think Friday. Thursday. The reason that I knew of Outer Wilds is because I watched something on Mixer, some live stream or some shit, and then it ended up in my library. It was like hey, thanks for watching this Microsoft event on Mixer. Here's a free copy of Outer Wilds when it comes out.
I watched some video on it.
It's also hitting Game Pass on the day of release, and will be on the Epic Games Store on PC. It's an open world mystery where you are trapped in an endless time loop that resets itself every 20 minutes. So you have to it reminds me of Minute in that, but for 20 minutes. But where you have to kind of like complete things and remember things about the world before it resets and puts you back. But that'll be out this week. The man himself, old baby daddy.
The God.
The man whose photo graces my desk. Jack Tretton.
Man whose photo is my Xbox and TikTok avatar.
The man whose photo I have tattooed on the back of my eyelids. So I see him when I sleep. Jack Tretton has spoken about the future of the PlayStation brand. Quote, from what I've read about the specs of PlayStation 5, it sounds impressive. Their business model obviously worked well for them the last time around, and it doesn't look like they're going to deviate from that. They'll be well positioned, but I do think they'll face exponentially more competition than they did the last time around. Microsoft should give them a better run for their money, and Stadia is a new wrinkle in the market that didn't exist in 2013, he said. Nintendo is more relevant this time around. It's going to be a much more competitive market. There are new players, but they've learned some valuable lessons in this generation. It should be great for everyone in the business, whether you're a developer or a gamer. I can hear him saying that. It's going to keep everyone on their toes.
Drop the mic.
Boom.
Walk off the Jeff Keighley stage.
There he goes.
I mean, it's Jackie T, so his word is like, it's code almost, but, I mean, it is Captain Obvious right there.
Yeah.
A little bit. But it's Jackie T. He's reinforcing that it's going to be a tough battle.
Which is, we expected that, I guess.
God, what if he came out and I just want to see him one time at E3
Oh,
before I
man.
die
He'll
again.
be-
It dies. E3 is probably going to die before me.
Not unlike our group chat has suggested for the last 6 months. I believe Jack Tretton will be at the Game Awards. So I don't know what happens when you guys text that group chat, but I just start typing in TRE, and that kind of finds the group chat for me.
I'm typing Jack.
That's pretty good. There you go. That PlayStation stuff was showed to investors this week. The PS5
those
demo.
those
Spider-Man
load
loading
times
thing.
they were talking about with was it Wired that got
Yeah,
that exclusive or was it Variety?
Wired.
Wired.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
It looked fast, so now just give it a name and a controller and a release date, and I'll buy
PlayStation
it.
5, DualShock 5. There you go.
No, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's still just a dev machine, so they're subject to change, but
Yeah,
until they officially put it out.
getting ever closer to that PS9.
Can't wait to see all these cross-gen games happening within the next year or two.
Well, I feel like with Xbox One X and PS4 Pro, we've already seen cross-gen kind of happen, where games are released for PS4 and Xbox One, and you can play them on your Xbox One or PS4, but if you have the other thing, it's going to run them a little bit smoother, a little bit faster. I feel like this next generation is going to be way softer of a transition than previous games.
I feel like you're going to start to see that thing where like you're going to see maybe the consumer or something expect a console every couple years and flip-flop. Just like, all right, so like it's a 4-year, let's just pretend it's a 4-year cycle. It's not, but 4-year cycle. Year 2, I'll buy the Xbox One. Year 4, I'll buy the PlayStation One. Year 6, I buy the Xbox One. I mean, Nintendo's still an outlier in that, but they seem to be wanted to do that too with the who reported the two new consoles coming out.
Wall Street.
Yeah. I mean, according to the Wall Street Journal, they're kind of sort of getting into that weirdly in another way.
Which they always have, right? Like they've always done console revisions, especially in the hardware or the handheld space. Nintendo's always done.
And then the real outlier in this all is Stadia, Xbox.
Yeah.
What was it?
xCloud,
and whoever else gets into that business.
Yeah, Amazon when that happens.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like it's gonna be weird. Can't wait. I'm stoked for. I think we're gonna get a name for that console at E3.
Xbox.
The Scarlet.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be called the Xbox again.
Why not? Right.
Yeah. I really don't know what I think I thought about it and I was like, well, they might just strip it and just call it Xbox, but then that defeats the purpose of having two boxes. That's the rumor, right? Or not rumor, but there's two boxes. You can't call them both Xbox and then just have somebody go to the store like, I want an Xbox. You want the cheap one? Like that just is not going to work. So it's got to be something dumb. Like I could see them just rolling with Xbox Scarlet. Here's Xbox Scarlet and here's Xbox
Scorpio seemed legit at the time.
It could be a thing. Yes. We saw a patent hit this week for PlayStation 5 VR gloves.
The most sweatiest peripheral.
With haptic feedback, which is fucking cool.
The haptic feedback in the glove is fucking nuts.
Yeah, but I'm like, yeah, okay, I can do that. Give me a full bodysuit. You watch some of that stuff that they did at Enhanced Games. Some of the stuff that Mitsuguchi was doing is like cool, weird shit like that where you're like, yeah, I'll strap into a whole chair and experience this thing. Fuck it.
Mod a fleshlight.
I mean, just like when haptic feedback is done.
That too.
Somebody will.
That's
what I'm just saying.
Someone has.
Yeah, already.
Yeah.
We're already there.
I mean, when haptic feedback's done right, it's so good.
Yeah.
Haptic feedback, I always think of Apple products. But
Yeah.
like, remember, the 7 and the 8, that button was haptic feedback. It was just a fucking engraved hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
you
then,
do
like,
that.
Your watch has a little bit of haptic feedback on the dial. It's done right.
Put that in the fingertips. As you're picking something up, get that sensation of actually picking something. I mean, it could be really cool.
Or they somehow found a way, like you block a punch and you just
Yeah, throw it at yourself.
John Wick style. Oh, got John Wick VR with the gloves.
Put your hand inside that big stone face to see if it takes your hand off or not.
Finally be able to
Your
do
hand
that.
actually gets severed in real life.
Exactly, and then life is complete.
Break my knuckles, punches someone like John Wick probably should.
Dead Island 2 is apparently still happening.
THQ Nordic, baby.
Is this a real thing? One of 80 games in development at THQ Nordic?
THQ Nordic coming back.
Specifically Dead Island 2.
There are 32 projects announced and 48 unannounced projects happening at THQ Nordic.
What is the time span of these announcements? Like, these are our games working on now until
The end of
2085.
Yeah.
Dude, like what the fuck?
I don't
THQ,
know.
no, I love THQ. They're my favorite developer, publisher.
I'm really excited because they said at some point recently that Time Splitters was something they're trying to bring back. And sure.
I mean, what else are they going to make? Right?
I don't know.
It's just like, we're just going to hit you with 80 games and hope 2 of them stick.
Well, maybe we will see some of those 80 games at Electronic 3 in just 2 weeks. Maybe at Xbox's briefing, which will apparently be approximately 2 hours long.
I'm excited and scared simultaneously.
I'm so fucking stoked.
Because I don't want them to spend like half an hour on like...
Gears of War Funko.
Yeah.
You
You know what I mean? Like they just made a one game that none of us care about, and they're just gonna go in full detail for it because it's like gonna shadow drop or something. And
So this is my hope, right? And when I saw this is why I got excited. The last conference was about hour 40, right? And fell somewhere right around there.
Mm-hmm.
that was pretty good overall.
It was good. It was filled with a bunch of games. They knew which ones to put in a montage, which ones to feature for a little bit.
They took
which
like no
trailers.
time.
And of course, they peppered in their first party stuff or their first party IPs
Acquisitions
with
and-
Funko and.
Oh, yeah, that's...
I'm thinking like that was fine, but like that was because it was Gears, right? So if you think about a Sony E3, probably about 20 to 30 minutes of that would be third party stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Disregarding like a Last of Us 2 demo for 5-10 minutes, Ghost of Tsushima still left. I'm just thinking like whatever third parties would have been at Sony's thing
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Yeah, they're
might
here.
show up here now, and it's going to be a fucking 2 hour just like boom, boom,
Mhm.
boom.
Yeah.
Xbox might be able to pull off the Year of Dreams in their own weird way.
You know,
Well, yeah.
I was gonna say I'm sure a big chunk of it is going to be Halo Infinite.
I think we'll see a lot of Halo Infinite. We're going to see the consoles. I think we're going to see what...
I think we're going to see an xCloud demo.
I think you see xCloud demo. I
It's
think you'll
gonna
probably
be-
get dates for those things. You're going to get kind of... I think you'll see some weird shit going on PC because they've been making this big PC push.
It might be like an hour and 59 minutes of Battletoads and like 1 minute of like a sizzle reel.
Phil
of
something
Why, I think it's going
else.
to do a Let's Play speed run of...
No,
that
the
game.
new one coming out.
Yeah, I know. I think
Yeah,
we'll do
yeah.
a Let's Play speed run.
Sure.
'Cause that game's no longer than 4 hours.
I could see it. I could fully see it. Yeah, the 2016 show was 90 minutes long. 2017 was 95. And the one last year was 100 minutes long. So the fact that this is 120 minutes long
Let me...
says something.
Did-
We'll see.
Did we have the other one in news?
What's that?
The Nintendo?
Oh, it is set a day, didn't they? Or was that last week?
They said that one was going to be like an hour long or something, which I think it might have kind of always been around that. I can't remember.
They're usually about an hour.
Yeah, I think it was like maybe 50 minutes or something before, so it's
Yeah.
not much difference. But hey, it's cool.
It's good. Yeah. So with that, next week we will be making our annual E3 predictions.
Hold on, let's go. I brought up the document real quick. I'm just gonna go through the big bullet points of 2018's briefing. Hour and 40 minutes. Halo Infinite. Phil Spencer on stage for a little bit, saying all this shit. Ori and the Will and the Wisp. Sekiro. Todd Howard came out for Fallout 76 and to say that Fallout 4 is on Game Pass. Square Enix came out with that. I think it was the first time we saw that Life is Strange trailer.
Oh, right.
And we ended up seeing like 5 different times, I feel like. Crackdown 3, Nier Automata, Metro Exodus. The first time we saw the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. More Sea of Thieves stuff. They said Cursed Tales and Forbidden Shores. Is Forbidden Shores the one that's out now? Oh, okay. Battlefield 5, Forza Horizon 4. Phil Spencer came out on stage, but this is when he said about his new studio, The Initiative, and then Undead Labs, Playground, Ninja Theory, a PUBG trailer with the Sandhook map, Tales of Vespera, the definitive edition, Division 2. Ashley is out talking about Xbox Game Pass, fast start with machine learning. Yeah, that's all right. Maybe that was a down part of it, but they said today you get the Division,
No, but that was
ESO.
cool. Yeah, you had the games, but you also had the stuff where they were talking about like quick loading and shit like that.
New games from that's when
quick
they announced
start.
new games from Microsoft Studios and MCC was coming,
Uh-huh,
so it wasn't terrible. ID at Xbox Sizzle Reel. Shout out to Tomb Raider coming out September 14th. Your session trailer. Game by Pearl Abyss. It was called The Black Desert. That's still not out yet, right? That's on its way, or did that just come out? Devil May Cry 5 reveal trailer.
That was a good one.
Cuphead DLC. Tunic trailer. The Fox Zelda game. That's what I labeled it as.
I'm waiting for that.
Phil Spencer came back on stage and said the rest of the show was world premieres. And then it led into Jump Force, Dying Light 2, Battletoads, Just Cause 4, Gears Pop, but then kind of turned into Gears Tactics, and then the trailer
Gears
for Gears
5.
5. Phil Spencer took the stage, and then it was hacked, and we saw Cyberpunk 2077.
Right.
All that in an hour and 40 minutes. That was a hell of a conference. I can't wait.
I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek into where I went with predictions so far. I might backtrack on this, but right now I've got
no.
I went dumb with it. I decided that because I always make these predictions like Nintendo's gonna announce a Metroid game. This year I'm going full ass. I've got titles for games, I got developers for games.
These 5-part.
I'm not worried about points in the end. It's either I got it all or I didn't get it at all. But I've got full ass predictions of what the game is, how it's gonna play, weird system. Ooh, it's gonna be good. I already know one Marc's gonna be like, "Fuck, I want that game." I know it. I can feel it. More on that next week. As we get ready for Electronic 3.
Maybe we can talk about that a little bit
2019.
off air. How
Yeah.
we're gonna do that?
Yeah. So we'll be back next week for that. And in the meantime, you should go to thefreecheese.com and watch some of the stuff we've been putting out. We got through Knuckles' story this week, so that'll be up Wednesday at noon in the Chaos Chronicles Sonic Adventure Part 6. We're almost at the end of the road in Overcooked 1 with If They Don't Dance Episode 6 out this Friday. think that's it. If you missed last week's episodes of those things, go watch those. Play them on your office TV. Let everyone see us. Do that. Let everyone know this is what I like to do. And yeah, subscribe on YouTube. All that fun stuff. thefreecheese.com. Go there. Follow us on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Mark is at _mental. Matt is at Matty Ice 131. I am at The Free Cheese. The Free Cheese Wrestling is Free Cheese FCW.
Free Cheese FCW, yeah.
Nailed it.
I'm on TikTok now.
Matt is on TikTok. You can follow
Matty Ice 131.
There you go. # free V-Bucks.
First TikTok. Is that what's called? A TikTok?
Sure.
A talk? A tick? I don't know. It's just you fucking with your beard and people around our table eating.
Perfect. It's a shame we couldn't get the footage of the tree falling on the bounce house while the kids were inside of it.
Yeah, I wish I was there. I would have witnessed the blood.
I got a picture of the aftermath, though. Look for it on thefreecheese.com. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, listener, for listening. We'll see you next time.